What is up, everybody? It is Sunday, and we are, of course, back with a brand new edition. In case you are new here, my name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I obviously already know that sounds good to you. Excuse my hair. So click that follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links, of course, are in said bio or description based on where you're watching. Okay? I got all the things to help you out with success, and it's super, super cheap on the cheap. Why? Because I can't help everybody if I'm the high price leader. You know what I'm saying? So we're actually going to do something new today. What's up, Morgan, Lisa, MKD girlfriend, son, everybody. Taylor, I haven't read your message yet, only because I know it's going to be the best part of my day. Hey, kitty cat. Okay. We're going to try something new today. Actually, what I'm going to do is encourage each and every one of you to repost my live, help a sister out. You know what I mean? So yes, both of them, bitch. So, if you repost my live in the first, I think they said 5 minutes, according to my admin, then you're going to be entered to win some amazing prizes. But before you get to repost, and go ahead and do the hashtag FYP, okay? Because we are going to be looking, I have somebody that's going to be checking, and we're going to give away some prizes to whoever wins. Yes, that's what we're doing. Because it encourages people to change their life. Let's just start there, because we talk mainly SPs here, but it doesn't mean that we're confined to SPs here. Okay? Because, what's up, Mickey Mouse? What we're going to do is basically you're going to be entered to win access to my WhatsApp community, free access. If you're already a member of the WhatsApp community, then you also be entered to win my bundle pack, which I need to send to a couple people, my guided meditation bundle pack. Plus you'll also be entered to win a coaching call with Moss. All right. Okay. So, I love you, Maricel. What up, Elena? So when you just asked, what did you just fucking ask here? Oh, yes. Kitty cat. The inner conversations you mentioned yesterday on our call, could you give an example quickly? Sure. So it's any inner conversation that you can have. So somebody was telling me about this actually today on one of my coaching calls. Is Neville Goddard talks about a lady apparently that hadn't talked to her son in many years. And he told her to have an inner conversation with herself, right? Isn't it wonderful that we talk isn't it wonderful that we talk every day, right? Or we talk all the time. And she said within 7 days, he called her for the first time, right? So that's an inner conversation where it's like, you're literally like, I know. So like I know exactly how he feels about me. I literally know exactly how he feels about me. I know he's in love with me. And I know that like he can't live without me. Like he literally, I know he's in love with me. He's thinking about me all the time. Like literally wants to spend every waking second with me. I know we're getting back together. That I have no doubt we're getting back together. These are all like inner conversations, right? It's not like, it's like if you were to just pick up the phone real quick and give your bestie a recap where she's like, dude, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? You're like, dude, we're doing so amazing. Like, honestly, he tells me everything that I want to hear all the time. He's constantly reassuring me of our relationship. And literally, I know he loves me. Like, I know I know how he feels about me. I know he loves me. And I know that he wants to get back together right now. Like, that I know. Okay. It's the assurity. It's these inner conversations that you have with your inner bestie, aka subconscious mind, that pushes out, because it's what you know. And if you're having inner conversations with yourself, it's not robotic affirming, right? Because you're not writing this shit down. You're just like having a conversation with someone. This is why when you'll have random conversations with people or you'll say random things, all of a sudden it manifests because you don't think about it again. You're not saying it the same way twice, as if you were to call 10 people up and tell them how your day went, you're going to describe your day differently 10 different times, right? Not completely differently because your day didn't change, but the conversation flow will not be robotic, Okay. So therefore it's just natural. It becomes very natural in your mind that this is a matter of fact thing. Because why would you be talking to yourself or talking to somebody about something that isn't true? You know what I'm saying? So that's why it pushes out. Where robotic affirming, what we're doing is you don't have to believe it, but robotic affirming is where if you say something enough, then it becomes an assumption of yours because we already have these framed assumptions. Okay. Because random things that you guys will say, they will repeat back to you. Actually, funny story. I had said something like maybe 3 or 4 times at random. Didn't think about it again. I just said it literally like 3 or 4 times at random. Well, that affirmation was not parroted back to me, but it was parroted back to the person I was referring to. And of course, I got confirmation of it. And I almost lost my shit, actually, to be quite frank. I was a little late here today because I had my hand deep in a fucking turkey cavity because I'm making roasted turkey today. Who says you can only have fucking turkey on Thanksgiving? Who the fuck decided that shit? Not me. So I'm making a whole ass turkey. Plus, I use this little thing called seasoning, and my parents don't. So there's that. It's like boiled turkey. So it's like no salt, nothing. So they always get annoyed whenever I go over there for Thanksgiving, and I'll like start adding seasoning to shit, and they're like, is it not seasoned enough? I'm like, seasoned enough. It's not seasoned at all. And so that's just my personality though. Anyway, I digress. But I had made a comment and yeah, it was actually parroted back to the person that I was referring to. And that I thought was hilarious. Plus, let me get to some of these questions before I tell you guys a funny story with one of my admins. I told her I was going to tell you guys because it's a perfect example of events have to unfold naturally for you to get your manifestation. No matter what it is, there's a natural unfolding of events that have to transpire, even if you don't see the greater good in the moment. So I'll give you a perfect example of it because we were actually just talking about it yesterday. All right. 7301, Jen, which technique worked fastest for you and do you like robotic affirming? Yes, I do. I stand by affirming because robotic affirming distracts your mind. Okay. I don't think it's the fact that you have to say it like 10,000 times a fucking day type shit, but it distracts your mind. So it allows you to focus, especially if you think about your SP often. Okay. So if you're thinking about your SP often, then I find that robotic affirming distracts the thoughts. Okay. But I tested it. There's no right or wrong. Okay. There's no right or wrong way to manifest, but I tested it against just inner conversations. And, I found that inner conversations actually push out faster than robotic affirming. Because think robotic affirming is repetition, right? You have to use repetition through robotic affirming because you already have these assumptions here. So when we're robotic affirming, it's to repeat something enough to create a new assumption, to replace the assumption you already have. So therefore, that's why, am I saying it takes a long time? No, I don't give you guys assumptions that don't benefit your ass. We'll start there with the obvious. But inner conversations, though, I found when I just did it casually, it pushed out in less than 7 days. Exactly what I had said in my inner conversations. Exactly what I had said. And the reason I say that is because when you're told the complete opposite, and then you did that, and then all of a sudden it changes. That's pretty cool. Now, does robotic affirming do the same thing? Of course. That's how I got my manifestation, right? But I paired both because I have to go back. Like I said, when I was manifesting crazy Corey, I'm glad you're here because you're going to get that shit today, bitch. But love you, bestie. So I have to go back in my mind, right? Because when I was manifesting my SP back, I wasn't taking notes. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, let me do this because I can teach people how to do this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't the vibe. Thanks, Lindsay. That wasn't the vibe. Like, that wasn't my whole intention. My whole intention was to manifest my boyfriend back, right? And so that was the goal. So I have to go back in my mind palace and ask myself, what else did I do other than just robotically affirm? And a lot of those was, Inner conversations. So when you pair the two, inner conversations and robotic affirming, your ass becomes fucking unstoppable. Unstoppable. But also throwing things out there with conviction. With conviction. That's what I find works the fastest for me because it allows you to do something, right? Because that's the problem when you watch like technique videos, like law of attraction videos. Hey, me, my girlfriend. That's the problem with those is you're only listening to that shit for 15 minutes, but what do you do in the rest of your day? Right? Which I have a challenge for you guys today. Which I think will keep you guys from wavering. Shall you decide, I mean, I can't make you do it, but if you want to do it, then it should keep you guys focused and not waver, at least for 24 goddamn hours. Because that's also the key, right? Is to not question shit. I didn't question anything. I didn't question a goddamn thing. I told you, all I did was, here's everything I did to manifest my SP back in a nutshell. Robotic affirm in steps, right? I manifested them back in steps. So robotic affirming, controlled my inner conversations, and everything was a goddamn fucking sign. I like went on and just started assigning signs, right, to things. Like every time I saw a butterfly, yep, he's thinking about me. 2 butterflies, oh yeah, we're getting back together, bitch. Like that's literally it. Anytime I saw a pair of anything, we're getting back together. That was what I did. And then also I assigned positive meaning to fucking everything. To everything. I gave everything the meaning I wanted it to have. Didn't matter what the fuck. Oh, look at that. Check that shit out. Doesn't matter. It didn't matter what it was. I gave everything the meaning I wanted. I didn't because if you're going to make some shit up, then you may as well make some shit up to benefit you, right? I mean, duh. So that's what I did is I didn't question it. I just made shit up that benefited me. I assigned meaning to everything. Like I said, I saw him walking out of his home. I was like, look at him just trying to get away from her ass. It's like he could have literally just been going to the fucking store. I didn't give a shit. If they were both leaving the house together, look at them going to Costco. Of course he needs a fucking membership. That was it. It was, I didn't know where they were going. It didn't matter to me. It didn't matter. Because why would you want to know anyway? Right? And so it didn't matter. I assigned positive meaning to fucking everything. We're texting at 10 o'clock. Yeah, of course, because he sleeps alone. Yeah. Every night he slept alone. In here. Didn't matter. Because therefore, what's there to spiral about? Right? What's there to think negatively about if everything I had everything that I saw or whatever had the meaning I wanted it to mean? Everything. I didn't give a shit. They could be out to dinner and you could be like, oh yeah, he's having a completely miserable time. Yeah, he's completely miserable right now. But he's got to eat. You know what I'm saying? And every time, though, those would be proven true. Whenever I would say that, I'd be like, no, he's totally miserable today. Boom. Yes, you're right. So that's what I did. I wouldn't call it delusional. I would just call it, because I feel like delusional is distorted over time. Instead, I'd call it normal. I'm in a state that circumstances don't matter and all, but I'm impatient. Any advice? Yes, EC. I would need you to elaborate a little bit on where you're in a state where circumstances don't matter. Because that's good. But if you think about the circumstance, even though you're, even though you're in a state of circumstances don't matter, okay? But anytime you think about the circumstance, even though it doesn't matter, anytime you think about the circumstance, you still have to flip it, okay? You can't just be like, nope, doesn't matter. No, you can't do that. Right? So like, let's say that there's gutter trash. And even though you're in a state, the circumstances don't matter. If you think about gutter trash, you have to be like, no, he fucking hates her. She's gone away. Right? You still have to say the opposite. You can't just be like, no, circumstances don't matter. You can't do that. Okay? Because you don't necessarily have to view something as a circumstance standing in between you and your SP to have it, but you still want it fucking gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I am. And then I'm impatient as fuck. Like I'm so impatient. And so because of that, like I'm impatient for everything. I get annoyed if I get annoyed. I hate going to Walmart. I choose methodically when to go to the grocery store. I go at 7 a.m. Even if I'm buying alcohol, I don't give a fuck. I can look like I'm there. I am buying alcohol and all my groceries at 7 a.m. Why? Because I'm impatient. If there's 3 people in the checkout, I get annoyed. so, so that's what I do. So I get the impatience. But if you're impatient, then you have to leverage impatience and say, okay, I'm impatient. So if that means that I have to go and assign positive meaning to fucking everything, and I have to sit there and I have to play inner conversations as much as possible to saturate my mind and only focus on what it is that I want. And if everything's got inside, if I got to do all that shit, well, you know what? Game on, game on. Then that's what I'm going to do. It ain't a job. You shouldn't be trying. Because if you want something bad enough, do you try? No, you don't try. It's, you just do. That's what you do. Like think about children that wanted, well, back in the days, children that wanted something, like when we were kids and we wanted something, we had to fucking work for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Kids now are just like, can I have this? We're like, sure, honey. But when we were kids, they were like, did you take out the fucking trash for your 50-cent, chore money? We'd go and we'd wash windows. We'd wash cars for neighbors, mow the lawns. I never did that shit. But you go and like collect cans. Kids still do that today. Now it's cute. You'll go and collect cans so you can recycle them, whatever you need to do for money, right? You're not trying, you're just doing because you want it bad enough. So it's things like that. When you want something and you're like, let's say you want to go on vacation, you're not trying to go on vacation. You're just doing like whatever you need to do, you do. You don't think about it. It's not stressing you out. You're just like, well, this is what I want. And so this is what I'm going to do to get it. Period. That's all. That's it. Therefore, it's not a job. It's not exhausting. It's not tough. There's nothing to waver on. For waver of what? I want this bad enough. So if I want it bad enough, then I'm going to discipline my mind. Period. You need to decide that. You need to decide, which that's what you're all going to do right now. Right now, you're going to go in your little mind and you're going to be brutally honest with yourself. And right now, you're going to decide right now, do you want it or not? Do you want your SP or do you not? Do you want to be with your SP quickly or do you not? Do you want them to conform quickly or do you not? Do you want them to contact you quickly or do you not? If you answered yes to any of that shit, then right now, I want you to decide. I want this, and so I'm going to do what I need to do to get this. So if that means that I've got to check my thoughts, if that means that I need to not waver, then that's the commitment then I'm going to do right now. I'm going to commit to myself. Hey, Kim, fine sister. I'm going to do that right now, and I'm going to commit. I'm going to play full out. You have to do something different. If you guys can't commit to this, you're not committing to a lot of things in your life. That's a fact. Okay? Because thanks, Kim Fine's girlfriend. Because your entire life is off of patterns and processes. How you do one thing is how you do most things. So if you cannot not waver against SP, I can guarantee you question a lot of shit in your life. You waver a lot in other areas of your life. If you can't commit to disciplining your mind for your SP, this is called commitment. If you can't commit to that, then you don't commit to a lot of shit in your life. This is a fact. So it's time now that you do something fucking different, that you start to commit to what you want instead of committing to everything you don't fucking want. Because either way, you're committing to something. So either you're committing to what you want or you're not. Or you're going to commit to everything you don't fucking want. Because at this point, some of you are more committed to not having your SP than you are to getting your SP. Kimmy, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. Look at that. What's funny, because when you were like, yeah, he's coming to see me in August, I was like, probably sooner, but now here he is, moving here to be with you. Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's right. You know why? That's because my girl Cammie put it down when she went and saw her SP. That's right. I love you, bitch. I love you. I'm so happy for you. But that's what this is about. So you need to decide right now. Do you want to commit or do you not? Because how the fuck are you going to commit to your boyfriend if you can't even commit to getting him back? Come on. It's not, you guys are more committed to forcing the 3D than you are to fucking going in your mind palace and freaking getting what you want that way. I mean, you're committed. You are committed to blowing up their shit and to freaking stalking their social media versus you wouldn't have to do any of that shit if you'd have him back. What the fuck you need to, that was my thing is he's not big on social media anyway at all. Thank God. But even if he was, what's your pleasure? You just want to look at their social media for the rest of your fucking life or go get them back? What's the you know what I'm saying? You want to sit there and cry all the time or do you want to cry happy tears because he's back in your fucking arms? Do you want to continue to sleep alone every night or sleep with your honey next to you? What's your pleasure? Because you're more committed to fucking your shit up than you are to anything else. And that I don't respect. I can't respect somebody who is more committed to wavering than they are to getting their shit. Come on now. Come on now. That's like being more committed to sleeping than it is to going to work. So you just don't go? No, your ass goes. You roll out of fucking bed. I did not set my alarm today. And I rolled out of bed and hopped on a coaching call. And I had been up for 2.5 seconds. I didn't even get to brush my teeth yet. Because I'm committed to things. But what are you committing to? Wavering? Questioning shit all day long? Being all in your fucking feelings? Fucking shit up? Forcing the 3D? Wondering all the worst shit? Making all these false assumptions that don't benefit you? That's what you're committing to right now. For what? For what? See, I wanted my SP back. So if I had to do what I needed to do, I did it. I did it. You guys need to do the same. But instead you question every fucking thing. But then in the same breath, want to sit there and say the opposite. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You can say whatever the fuck you want. What up, Josie? In the Hidden Kingdom, can I talk more about breadcrumbing, accepting them, or just manifesting during this time? So you should never accept what you don't want. However, does that mean that you just go no contact because of the breadcrumbing, because they're not exactly who you are? I mean, I can't answer that for you. Would I ever do that? Fuck no. Fuck no. I wouldn't. But instead, what I would do is control the inner conversations. So if let's say they're showing up, like they're dry texting you, right? Hey, Lisa, with the butterfly girlfriend. Thanks, sister. Okay, let's say they're dry texting you. So then it's like, okay, does that mean I'm just not going to respond? No, I'll respond, right? But what I will do is, in my mind, assign the meaning of that text that I want it to mean, not what it's actually meaning. So instead, you could be like, he is constantly sending me so many sweet texts. Or let's say he doesn't compliment you enough or reassure you. Then in your inner conversation, like he's constantly reassuring me. Like he reassures me every single day about how much he cares about me. Right? Things like that, because then you'll see the turnaround. It's actually quite fun to see the turnaround, to see them be one way and then you assigning different meanings over and over again, and then them turning around and being the opposite. All of a sudden, their text messages start to be a lot more loving and affectionate. All of a sudden, the things that they're telling you, like he always tells me everything I want to hear. Now, all of a sudden, when you have phone conversations with your SP, all of a sudden he's telling you all the things that you want to hear. He's literally conforming to your inner conversations. That fucking shit is fun to watch. So you're not accepting them, but you're manifesting during the time of breadcrumbing, but assigning the meaning that you want it to have instead of what you're seeing, if that makes sense. Yep. I feel like that made sense. It's cloudy today. It's fucking cold. And it's cold. And it rained a little bit today. Ooh, Lindsay, I need to hear your updates, sister. I need to hear your updates, girlfriend. Jimmy, exciting days. What's an example of inner conversations? It's like, think about if you were literally, guys, like, what unapologetically me? Oh, yeah. So let me give you guys an example of, hold on, 7301. So about SP, can I hear my best friend saying he is literally madly in love with you? You can. That's the telephone. They call it the telephone technique, where you would hear your bestie say something, or you would say something to your bestie or somebody whose voice you can hear. And then you would turn that conversation around. So you would reply. So, and then you would loop it. So 7301 would be something like exactly that. He is like, but it would be something like, yeah, he is so in love. Like however your bestie would talk and however you would fucking talk. Right. And that's the key is you're in a conversations. This is why they're not robotic. It needs to be in the way you would talk. So like if you speak Spanish and that's your native language, then it should be in Spanish. It shouldn't be in English. If you're like me and I cuss. So my inner conversations will have profanity. Where I'll be like, I know exactly how he fucking feels about me. But that's how I talk. Okay. So it would have to be naturally to you on how you speak. Because that's natural. That's a natural conversation. It's not forced. It's not unauthentic. Your subconscious mind is like, it takes it in because that's your language. That's how you talk. So, you could hear your SP, you could hear your best friend saying he is literally madly in love with you. And you're like, I know, girl, he cannot get enough of me. I know. Or you could say, I know, girl, we're so perfect together. Right. And then you loop that conversation over and over. It doesn't have to be this whole ass conversation. You just loop the whole thing. You hear the one person say one thing, you say the other, and you loop it. It can also, the telephone technique can also be where you hear your boyfriend or girlfriend saying something to you. And then you respond, right? Like, I just can't stop thinking about you. You're like, I know I can't stop thinking about you either. And then you loop over and over and over again, right? Or I want to come home. Like, I'm so ready to come home right now. Like if you have a husband or wife or you guys live together, you could hear him saying like, I'm so ready to come home right now. You're like, come home, honey. Over and over and over again. Okay. Now I'm not saying over and over again, like 50 fucking minutes. It can literally just be at a minute at a time where you just loop that over and over and over again, because therefore it's going to push out. Okay, these are inner conversations. Why in the fuck would you be having a conversation with somebody that's unauthentic? But this is why, if you think about it, this is why not so good people out there can still manifest. Because they don't believe in karma. They don't believe in certain things like that. And they have inner conversations, even if they're evil. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because I'll literally like, don't read too into the inner conversations, guys. Like literally, I will literally be like, like I will literally just be like, yeah, no, I'll hear my boyfriend say something to me that he has said, right? That's where I told you guys to go dip into old story. Remember and recall the things that they have told you at one time, because you're not making this shit up, okay? Like you can make it up, or you can literally recall conversations that they fucking have told you out of their own mouth, things that they've said, and play that on a loop. You can do that too. Okay. And hear him saying those things that he said to you. Like just take little snippets of what he said and hear him telling you that. Or talk to yourself. I'll do that and be like, yeah, no, I know exactly how he feels about me. I know he's in love with me. You know, things like that. I absolutely know he wants a future with me. You know, things like that. I'm a once in a lifetime bitch. Like, of course he loves me. You know, any of those are inner conversations. It's a natural statement. Instead of saying, he is so obsessed with me, I'm all hit. Now, I'm not saying you don't do that. I did robotic affirming, But it's like, instead of saying, he is so obsessed with me, I'm all he ever thinks about, he's always calling and texting me, he's constantly spending time with me, he'll do anything to be with me right now, right? Those are statements, okay? Affirmations are statements, but it's not a natural way you would talk, okay? But that's why inner conversations push out quickly, because it's in a way you actually talk. So it's natural to you. And that's what pushes out all the time. Which is why when you guys would ask, like, why is it that the negative stuff manifests quicker than the positive? That's why. Because you're not robotically affirming or making a blanket statement that's negative. But you said something so natural to yourself in your own language and the way you would actually talk, and then boom, manifest. Because it was natural to you. You just said it. You didn't say, okay, well, how do I word this as an affirmation? Instead you just said it in a way you would say it. And then all of a sudden they start parroting that back to you. All of a sudden that starts manifesting too, because it's something you just said. So I tell you guys, throw random shit out there. Jillian, do I have tips to not keep checking the 3D? Because I feel like this is the only thing I do wrong. For most of you guys, I'm assuming checking the 3D. I assume that when you guys mean checking the 3D is checking social media, right? Because how the fuck do you check the 3D? What are you looking at? It would be different. Now it's different if you work with this person, they live next to you, right? Things like that, then that's different. Then I can see that you're checking the 3D because it's practically unavoidable. But if if none of that applies to you, then the only thing that you could possibly be checking is social media. And so, did I check social media? Sure. But you can challenge yourself not to, right? You can challenge yourself not to and be like, okay, no. If I'm in a relationship with my SP, would I check his social media? No. I don't need to know I would not need to check my boyfriend's social media to find out what the fuck he had for dinner tonight. I know what he had for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't need to check his social media to see where he's at. I know where he's at, right? Things like that. So you could challenge yourself to say, if I'm going to act like I'm in a relationship with this person, if I was in a relationship with my SP right now, would I be doing what I'm doing? No. So then why am I doing it now? I'm not going to do it anymore because I'm in a relationship with my SP. So I'm not going to do that shit anymore. Right? Same with if you find yourself checking gutter trash's social media, ask yourself, do I want gutter trash to leave or do I want to keep them around? If the answer is I want them to leave, then do your best to not check their social media because all you're doing is keeping them in your reality. Versus like, no, fuck that bitch. I don't need to, why do I give a shit what she's doing? I don't give a shit what she's doing. I don't care about her. She doesn't exist in my reality. So what's there to check? Fuck her. I really don't care what she's doing because I know what my man's doing and that's all I need to know. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you are going, but you also have to prepare yourself, right? So you can do that to yourself and push yourself to do that all the time, every day. However, shall you find yourself going and checking their social media, you need to remind yourself that you don't do anything without first having a thought about it first. So what's the thought leading up to check? Like, what are the thoughts leading up to or inner conversations leading up to you checking their social media? What's the thought about it? Unless you just have it open on your desktop. Okay, his profile open. There's some kind of thought that leads up to you checking their social media. Even when you go on Instagram, there's a thought to check Instagram, to go on Instagram. There's a thought about everything starts with a thought. So you need to take a look at the thoughts that you have before you're checking their social media. And if they're not, then what you would do is distract your mind while checking the 3D. So before you go to checking the 3D, you would start affirming, okay? You can pick any affirmation, 3 or 4 affirmations, doesn't matter, or have your go-to affirmations and affirm the entire time you're checking. Before you even hit the Instagram fucking button or TikTok, before you even hit that button, start affirming. And then the entire time that you're checking, just affirm. Just affirm, affirm, affirm. And that's another thing. Stop changing your fucking affirmations. Inner conversation, sure. And can you add to certain affirmations? Sure. But the only time you should be changing your affirmations is if, 1, the desire changes, or 2, you've already conquered that step. So it's like if you talk to your SP all the time, then you really honestly don't need to robotically affirm that you talk every day, right? Because you already do talk every day. And if it's something that's natural for you and you just know that you're going to hear from him today, then you can drop the affirmation. But I highly suggest you somewhat stick to the same ones because it's about repetition. I didn't say the same thing when it comes to inner conversations. Can you? Sure. I stick with the same set of inner conversations. They're delivered differently because it's an inner conversation. But when it comes to the affirmations, try to stick with the same set because affirmations are about repetition. Remember that. Inner conversations are exactly that, inner conversations. No repetition needed in inner conversations. Do I stick to them? Sure. Yeah, I do. But not because I need the repetition. You don't need repetition in inner conversations. Robotic affirming is about repetition. There's a difference. So that's where I suggest for affirmations, stick with the same set. Inner conversations, you can have whatever fucking inner conversations you want. Like that, there's no rules to that because this is why you'll think about something one time and have it push out. Or you'll say something one time and have it push out. Okay? No repetitions needed there for it to create an assumption. Okay? Because it's not about creating those things that you're robotically affirming are not about creating an assumption. Okay? It's just about, it's like you're talking to your fucking bestie. You know how many times I've done that shit? Mm-hmm. Hey, let me put you guys on pause real quick because I need to check my turkey just real quick. Hold on. Oh yeah, baby. I'm telling you, I'm like the seasoning queen in my family. Oh well. I used to be. My boyfriend, he's right up there too. He's right up there too. He's really good at seasoning. He's a grill master. Hey Nesp. Hey, you know what? I collect cans for a neighbor. 0 money for the chores. Damn. Well, nowadays it's kind of like you got excited when you got $1 under your pillow for the fucking tooth fairy. But now it's like $5 per fucking tooth. I'm like, how many goddamn teeth do you have? I was like, damn, you got $100 in your mouth. Then you got to go buy them braces on top. And of course, insurance doesn't cover braces. Why would they? Why would they? I never had braces. Sorry to ask this, but like I still react to what people say, but I know that the 3D isn't true. Yeah, IK ball, it's natural somewhat to react to what people say. But it depends on who's saying it, okay? This is where, in my opinion, this is where boundaries come into play because it's your fucking life, okay? Thanks, just Nick, your girlfriend. This is your life, okay? So who the fuck is going to come in your reality and try and talk about your life and your boyfriend and they need to mind their own fucking business. How about that? How about that? So if I don't want to hear some shit, then I'm going to be like, look, can you honestly just not talk about him anymore? Thanks. Unless you're inviting me to talk about your boyfriend, I suggest you mind your own business. I don't say that to them, but I'm just like, but I've said that numerous times. I've said that to my mom. I've said that to my brother. Really has no opinion. My dad has no opinion either. I've said that sometimes to my bestie, right? But she knows because she'll be like, do you want besties? Do you want me to give my bestie opinion or my or my honest opinion, right? But if you have coworkers and shit that can't mind their own business, just be like, look, can you honestly not talk about them? Thanks. Also, you have to understand that when people say something about your SPs, I've told you guys this, when people talk about your SPs, they're not coming from a bad place, okay? But they're also the people that you go to when you're bitching about your SP, when they saw you hurt, when you and your SP broke up and all that stuff. So their opinion is not like, yeah, it comes off wrong and then they can't mind their own business, but they're not making the shit up, right? They have their own assumptions now about your SP, but their assumptions of your SP are only based on what they've seen from you or based on your past relationships. That's my mom. Is she would compare everybody to my past relationships. And she'd be like, well, Jen, you haven't had the best proven track record. Obviously. Thanks. I'm like, that's why this one is different. Thank you very much. And kindly mind your own fucking business. How about that? Because you're not dating them, so I don't give a fuck. Okay, so if you're still reacting to what people say, just shove it aside. People can fucking talk all they want. They can be doing this, and while they're doing this in here, you could be like, no, actually, he's fucking madly in love with me. Like, I know he's thinking about me right now. Like, I know we're getting back together. So what they have to say doesn't even fucking matter because I already know that we're getting back together. So it really is irrelevant. Right? They can say whatever the fuck they want. You don't need to respond. Okay? You can respond, but you don't need to engage. Like that's where a lot of you guys get it confused. They could be like, "Hey, how are things going? How you feeling? How you doing?" You don't have to be like, "Well, and go in whole fucking story mode about it." You don't have to do that. You can literally just be like, "I'm good. Thanks for asking." And then change the subject. Okay? Because then they can catch what you're putting down. Okay? If you like, well, are you guys still talking? Where are you at there? Be like, yeah, every day is getting better. And then change the subject. When you're short in your responses and change the subject, if they have any intelligence level at all, they can get a clue that they should mind their own fucking business. Right? Like, they're not stupid, so they can get a clue that every time I mention this, they change the subject. So I probably shouldn't talk about it anymore. And they'll just stop talking about it because you are giving very short responses and then changing the topic. Okay. I mean, most people can be like, okay, yeah, I should probably mind my own business. And you react because you said you wonder why you react because you're human. You're human and people will say things. People like to say things. People like to send things too. It's fucking weird to me. It's weird to me. Like people will see your SP post something on their social media. You're not even checking and they'll send it to you. It's like, why? Do I send you shit that I see on your boyfriend's social media? No. So why are you doing that to me? Like, mind your own fucking business. Mind your own goddamn business. I don't need you to be sending me shit that's irrelevant to my life unless it's going to benefit me, okay? Unless it's nice and going to make me feel good. If it's not, then what the fuck? Stop being a bitch. Oh, your SP video called the other night, but your phone was off. You know what? That's all right, Don. as most of you guys know, when we do coaching calls, ironically enough, I'm on video here, right? But then after I'm done sitting on my ass for 3 hours, I freaking have to get up and walk. And so I'm not on video. I'm not on video. And I don't think in the history of me and my boyfriend dating, I don't think we've ever had a single video call. It's probably on me because I feel like I have to have the right angle. So if I'm going to be on a video call, then I need to get my tripod out. And mainly because I don't want to hold the shit the whole fucking time. I don't even like holding the phone when I'm on the phone. So everyone goes on speaker and then the fucking phone sits on the counter because I don't like holding that shit. Oh, he said he may be coming from Alabama to spend some time with me. I love that for you, Dawn, but he may, it's not a he may be coming to Alabama. No, bitch, he's coming. Yeah, he's coming to Alabama to spend some time with you. Yeah, he's definitely coming. And then when he says he is, don't question the shit. Hey, Shansi girlfriend. Yes, Betty, you're going to get your SP, Steph. He's so stubborn. I want him to reach out. He ended things 5 months ago, but he's not. Should I? Should I? I'm waiting for the rest of this statement. I don't see the rest of the goddamn fucking statement. What up, AJ sister? Okay. I don't see the rest of that. So instead of scrolling all the way down, we're just going to go with what you said initially. Okay. Steph, bestie, here's the vibe. How you describe them is how they must be for you. So you cannot call him stubborn, but then say that you want him to reach out. Stubborn people don't do things like that because they're fucking stubborn, right? They're like, my dad, he's that way. He's that way. Where he is stubborn, if you will. And if that means he doesn't fucking talk to you for 10 years, that is exactly what that means. Because he's like, I ain't reaching out to her. Nope, he is this way, like literally like a child. And I can change my assumption. I mean, I will, but when I want to. I really don't care right now. But he's this way. Like, he will always be like, my mom will be like, have you talked to Jenny? He's like, no, I called her last. He literally will not call me if he's the one that called me last. Like, same with texting. He won't text. Like, I can text him whatever I want. He won't respond until he needs to say something to me. Then he'll text me. But God forbid I don't respond to his text. He throws a tantrum. So I think that the shit is fucking funny. It's funny to me, which is why I just don't care. I think the whole shit's fucking hilarious. If everybody could if everybody could, behave themselves here on the live, then I wouldn't have to freaking scroll all the way back up because somebody had to be blocked because they're out of line. Okay, so let me prove to you guys. Let me show you guys something real quick while I scroll. Yeah, 7301. That's what I said. How you're describing it when you hear somebody tell you something is the telephone technique. Okay, that's a telephone technique. But if you're actually having just like going on this whole description mode of everything that you know about this person, I know he loves me. I know he's thinking about me all the time. Like, he's thinking about my ass fucking right now. Like, literally, this guy is going to call me today. I already know he's going to call me today. That's an inner conversation. It's one-sided. Okay. But it's in your native language. It's how you would talk. Okay, so let me tell you, I guess I don't even know if I'd call it a funny story. But this is how, when you, that events have to unfold naturally for you to get your manifestation, even if it doesn't look like it at the time, it doesn't matter. And so, between my admins, right, is I was looking for a lead coach, but my lead coach must have their SP. Okay. They must be with their SP, obviously. So, I had made a deal, and I told unapologetically me, Serena, I said, my goal is, I said, get your SP and be my lead coach. She said, okay, deal. So then I decided to test her waters, and I asked another admin to change her description to lead coach. So she did. And Serena, unapologetically, me, felt some type of way about it because she wanted to be the lead coach, right? And so she was like, now was she robotically affirming this? No. Again, this is conversation, okay? It was not an inner conversation. It was an outer conversation, if you will. Conversations are conversations. And so she literally was like, no, fuck that. I'm her fucking lead coach. I'm going to be her lead coach. Fuck that. Right? And so did she dwell on it? No. So all of a sudden, if you guys have been following me, you know that my coaches, my entire team decided 1 week ago today to just walk out on me. And I was like, what in the shit? That was the fire I had to put out that day, right? I was like, I have to put out a fire. I gotta go. Right. So I lost the entire team in one swoop. And I was like, huh? And so it affected me very much emotionally. My feelings were very hurt. But I called each and every one of them. And after talking to them, I made a very select decision to bring a couple of them back. The ones that, there's a whole behind the scenes. It was all miscommunication, basically. And so, anyway, so they came back. And so she just told me the story yesterday. And, but then when she came back, I said, I want you to be my lead coach. And so if you'll notice, her title is lead coach. So that is what she manifested. Okay. She wanted that title, was unhappy, and said, no, fuck that. I'm going to be the lead coach. And so whatever had to happen for that to become true is exactly what happened. If that meant that everybody had to leave for me to select the ones that come back, because it all happened for the greater good, trust me on that one. But if that meant that that's what had to happen for her to get her manifestation, that's exactly what had to happen. Did I see that at the time? Fuck no. Let's be real, right? But I also didn't know she said that either until yesterday. And it was funny because we laughed because she goes, well, I didn't mean, she goes, I got my manifestation. She goes, but I didn't mean for it to happen like that, Jen. That was my UK accent. She goes, I didn't mean for it to happen like that, to do that to you. And I was like, I know. That's why I think it's hilarious, because whatever had to transpire for you to get your full manifestation is exactly what happened. So when some of you guys will be like, can they work against you? No, but a natural unfolding of events happened, right? And it clearly was for the greater good, 1000%. But I thought that was hilarious because I was like, well, that's a perfect example of of you may not see it in the moment, because some of you guys will be manifesting money, but then lose your job. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? I'm manifesting money. I lost my job. So you stop manifesting. You're just like, screw it. I'm done with that. I'm giving up on that one. But you don't understand that you may have had to lose that job to get a better one because you're manifesting money, right? And if you have an assumption that you can't make that money here, because that happened to me. If you have that assumption that you can't make that money at the place you're working at, then if that means that you have to find a better opportunity, then that's what that means. But at the time, it may look like it's getting worse before it gets better. So there could be, like, you could be manifesting your SP, right? And all of a sudden you wake up the next day and you're blocked and you're like, no, I've been doing everything fucking right. I've been doing everything right. I haven't been wavering, not ever. And I don't understand why it's going backwards. I'm blocked. Stay the path. Persist. Don't question shit, because you don't know why you're blocked. Okay. When it came out of seemingly to you out of thin air. So it could very much be, thanks, Ken. It could very much be because that's what has to happen, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So maybe that had to happen for you to get your manifestation. But if you digress because it doesn't look like it's going your way, so you digress and revert backwards, you can't do that. You can't do that because you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. So your job is not to question a goddamn thing because it will all make sense to you if you'll persist moving forward. It has to conform. It doesn't have a choice. So, but it will all eventually make sense to you because you'll be like, oh shit. So it happened for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many different things like that. So stop questioning everything. That's the moral to the story. Stop questioning everything and persist forward. Yeah, exactly. It does seem like people don't understand that affirmations are designed to keep you in a state. Very well said. Affirmations are designed to keep you in a state. But you have to put yourself in that state. You can't come from a place of lack, right? You should all be affirming. You don't have to believe it, but you should all be affirming as if it's true. As if it's true, right? Instead of being like, he's always calling and texting me. Please call me, text me. He's always calling and texting me. He's always calling and texting me. Please call and text me. Like instead of like saying it from a place of, I really, really want this to happen. I really, really hope and pray that this is going to happen. Instead of doing that, it's like, he's always calling and texting me. Like, fuck yeah, of course he is. I love this shit. Like he cannot get enough of me. Why would he? Right? It's that attitude behind the affirmations. And that's not a fucking forced attitude, okay? This should become natural because why? How would you feel if that was true for you? How would you feel? Well, that's how you should feel now. Get excited about it. Get excited about it. I had pep in my goddamn fucking step. I got very excited about it. And again, I assigned whatever goddamn meaning I wanted. Yeah, because that's just who I am. That's who I am. It's in my nature to be petty. And, but I learned to make those things work for me, to be impatient, right? Things like that is, I had to learn that that's who I am, okay? I'm not going to change who I am. That's who I am, and I don't see a problem with none of the above. So instead, I'm all about leveraging everything that you know about your SP, about you, about all of that stuff. What do you know? And then leveraging the law too, to work in your favor, right? So if you know you're impatient, then leverage that shit and be like, I'm so fucking impatient. Yeah, I am, which means I'm going to lock it in and get my shit. Because that's how impatient I am. Okay? So it's like, I'm petty. So because I'm petty, I will assign whatever the fuck meaning I want to shit because it benefits me because that's how petty I am. I'm petty, so I will intentionally do whatever the hell I want to do. I will give meaning to whatever I want to give meaning to. I will have inner conversations about whoever the fuck I want whenever I want it because I'm petty. Because understand, inner conversations don't have to just be to SP. They don't. If you have gutter trash, you could have inner conversations about gutter trash too. And those also push out. Ask me how I know that. Okay, I actually had one, I told you guys, I said one thing, maybe 3 separate times. I made one statement. And I didn't tell anybody. Why would I? But that was confirmed. And that, what I said in our conversation, I only said it like 3 or 4 times, randomly. I never thought about it again. That was parroted back, not to me, to the person I was talking about. That's how this works, guys. That's how this works. Got to be a master at that shit. Got to be a master at that shit before you go asking. No one can ruin your manifestation. No one can come in between you and your manifestation. If you're manifesting your SP and someone else is trying is the key word to manifest your SP, guess who's going to win? You. Just like I will win every time. Every time. Look at it this way. It's like the first one to the punch, and I'm the first one. So there's that. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm good at it. And when you become good at it, then you become good at it. Who the fuck is going to outbeat you if you're a master at that shit? No one. No one. At all. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Ever, ever, ever. So, I start overthinking maybe the words is wrong, or maybe I can say this or say that. Yeah, me, Matt. All I want you to do, honestly, is I don't want you to think about shit. Okay? I mean, like, I don't mean don't think, because that's fucking stupid and impossible. But I want you to not overthink a damn thing. Don't question anything. I want you just to have just random conversations in your mind, just random ass conversations in your mind when it comes to UNSP, things like that. Remember things that he's told you out of his mouth. I don't give a shit if he told you this shit 6 years ago. It doesn't matter. Recall that. Remember that. Remember that. And tell yourself, I know exactly how he feels about me. That I have no doubt. I know he wants to be together. I absolutely know that. Okay? And literally, that's it. Just make it natural to you. However you would naturally say things like that. That confidence level, like you had in the beginning of your relationship, bring that bitch back. Confident Mima back. And be like, what would you have said in the beginning of your relationship? Like, not even when they were pursuing you. Okay? When your SP, and this is for all of you guys, when your SP was pursuing you in the beginning, and you guys were just starting to talk, what kind of inner conversations did you have then? Right? Like, oh yeah, this guy is fucking in love with me. Like, literally. You know, like, he definitely wants to be with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever inner conversations you would naturally have had, those are the conversations. Like, in the beginning of your relationship, how did you feel? How did you feel? He's still on my messages. Also was my man first. Now seeing for a year, but they have a boyfriend. Okay. Okay, Sandy. I'm confused by that statement. He's still on my messages. Also was your man first. But now he's been seeing someone else for a year. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oops. Oh yeah, I know, baby. They can't handle it. Oh. Okay, hold on. We're gonna dig into Sandy real quick. Sandy, you told Gutter Trash about UNSP. And now you're anxious. Well, rightfully so. Rightfully so, because what you did was massively force the 3D. But don't trip, because you are not alone. You are not alone. I've had 3 people that did exactly that. And then we're like, he's pissed. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Okay. Because you forced the 3D in a major way. In a major way. But that's okay. That's okay. Because since you did that, now let's leverage what you did. Can we do that? Let's leverage what you did. Okay? You always have to find the way to leverage. Okay? You're like, man, I fucked up. Okay, cool. How do I leverage this shit? Okay. So here's what you're going to do. Okay, to leverage this. So there's never a bad thing done. Okay. Now you're like, okay, well, now she knows about us. Now I can guarantee that Gutter Trash knows about us. Okay. So she definitely knows about you. Okay. So now you want to leverage that. And you have 1 out of 2 options. Okay. You can choose something that obviously you want to give gutter trash an identity, okay, that benefits you, okay? Strong identity that benefits you. And then the second thing you want to do is you want to be like, yeah, she's completely jealous of me. Like literally, she's completely jealous of me. And and so you can either, obviously she's jealous of you now that she's well aware of you. She'll very much be jealous of you. Don't even trip about that. But we need to build the wedge between gutter trash and your SP. Okay. This is SP. This is gutter trash. This is you. Okay. So you give her an identity that is going to benefit you. Okay. Like she's fucking crazy. She's a psycho. She's got anger issues. She's a raging fucking bitch. Like she's so goddamn annoying. Okay. Like whatever you want. Just don't consider her controlling or manipulative, even if it's blatantly obvious. Doesn't matter, because as long as you identify her as that, even if he's aware of it, he must continue to be manipulated and controlled by a gutter trash. We don't want that. That doesn't help you, okay? So any of those identities, anything else, anything that, like, let's say there's something that you know about SP that's a complete deal breaker. Complete deal breaker. He cannot stand this shit. That's not her. That's not her. Okay. She'll conform in less than 24 hours to whatever identity you give her. Okay. And you will not, since you're obviously in contact with your SP, you won't need to ask. You will automatically get confirmation of everything going on. Okay. So now you want to build the wedge. Okay. So now you can affirm against her. So anytime you think about her, you could just be like, no, he fucking hates her. She's gone away. You can keep it nice and simple and nice and clean. He fucking hates her. All they do is argue she's gone away. He hates her. All they do is argue she's gone away. Okay. So now you've built the wedge. That's all you have to do, because gutter trash will play her part perfectly in aiding in your manifestation. Because what she's going to do is what everyone tried to do is exactly what you just did. Force the 3D. And as you clearly can see, forcing the 3D does not work. So while she forces the 3D and you're focused and affirming and having inner conversations for you and SP, they turn around and they come on home to mama. That's how that works. And then when you get confirmation, because again, you will not need to seek confirmation. You will not need to ask. You will get it automatically from your SP. So now when you get confirmation that gutter trash has been back to the dumpster she crawled out of, we need to make sure that you close the lid on the dumpster and the dump truck takes her out. And the way you're going to do that is by continuing after the fact. So if you think about her at any time after you have confirmation she's gone, if you think about her at any time, you must continue to persist. You must continue to keep that lid closed until you no longer think about her. And it's a natural thing that this is just how it is now. It's just me and SP. Then you won't need to, right? Like, so you won't need to sit there and after that, now your affirmations obviously will change slightly. Okay. So it's like, now you know they're not a thing anymore and she's gone. So now anytime you think about her, you're like, no, he fucking hates her. She's gone away, right? You don't need to say they argue because that brings her back out the dumpster. So no, he fucking hates her. She's gone away. He hates her. She's gone away. Until you don't think about her anymore and you don't look at her anymore, right? Like I don't have to affirm for gutter trash at all anymore because I already have all the confirmation. I have more confirmation than I need. And that's all I need to know. And so now it's like, fuck her. That needs to be your attitude. Okay. Because you'll get it, but it's just, you just need to move forward. You know, when you have the confirmation, persist forward. Because if you don't, and you don't flip the thought and you think about her again, you're going to bring her right back into your reality. And that is, trust me when I say, that is not the vibe. It's not the vibe. It's a fucking headache. Okay, Pookie Dookie. Can I somehow manifest him back even though I blocked him? Of course. Of course. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with your SP, but I'm willing to bank on the fact that you and your SP are not only in contact through Instagram. Right? Like, so just because you blocked him on social media doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean that he can't show up at your pad. That doesn't mean that he can't call you. You know, that doesn't mean any of that shit. That doesn't mean that he can't, like, you could have blocked him all you want. That doesn't mean he won't set up another dummy account and fucking contact you. I have a couple clients like that where their SPs have dummy accounts and that's how they're talking to their SP. Okay, is through a dummy account. So he can literally it takes like a minute to create a fake profile. And so now they create a fake profile and boom, now you're talking to him. So there's a million different ways they can contact you. None of that matters. None of that matters if you'll stay the course, because blocked on social media is a circumstance, which a lot of you guys need to drop, because circumstances don't matter, including being blocked on social media. Can you manifest someone away from your life? Yes, Makula. You can. Makalula. Yes, you can. Basically, what you want to do when it comes to manifesting someone away from your life is, if you think about them, well, you can, go on YouTube and do what they call the freezer spell. I've seen them. I'm like, has anyone ever tried that shit? I should try it. We'll try it with someone at random. Let's try the freezer spell. I'm just kidding, though. In all seriousness, can you manifest someone away from your life? Yes, you can. So if you want them gone and you think about them, you can be like, no, she's gone away. You could banish her to a whole nother goddamn state if you want to. Like, she's moved away. She's actually completely moved away. She's completely moved away. She wants, and if you want to turn the tables, be like, she wants nothing to do with me, or he wants nothing to do with me. She's gone away. Therefore, she will leave. She will leave. I've had clients banish people from literally whole ass other states. You can also, if there's gutter trash, one up on Sandy, 123. If there's gutter trash and he tends to say certain things about his relationship history, you can leverage that to get rid of gutter trash. Okay, so it's like, let's say he always is like, I just have the worst luck with relationships. Like, I just do. Like, every fucking body I date just leaves me. Perfect. Now we leverage. Because then you're like, interesting. Okay, cool. Well, she fucking hates him. She's gone away. Like, she actually completely left him. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She's left him, because you can let your boyfriend keep his assumptions if it benefits you and your manifestation. So if they do say that, this is for anybody with gutter trash, if they've said they have the worst luck with the relationships and they always, like, every time they're in a relationship, they always leave them, leverage that shit. And now she's left him. She's left him. She's completely gone away. She totally wants nothing to do with him, because he believes in his own reality, and his own assumptions are that he has the worst luck with relationships, that they always leave him. So if he believes that that the people he's with always leave him, you leverage. That's leverage. Somebody did that and they were like, she goes, I wasn't surprised, but at the same time, she goes, I know it was all me. I know it was all me. Because he was like, you're not going to believe this. She fucking left and she broke up with me and she moved out of state. That's the fun part. That's the fun part. Gutter trash. We call them gutter trash, Sandy, by the way. We don't call them 3Ps. 3Ps implies competition, and no one competes with trash. 3P doesn't believe, and he's still on my DMs. Good. So let him keep being in your DMs, but mind your own fucking business and get out of his business. No one wants, you don't need to meddle in his business. Like, you don't. They don't want a therapist. Your SPs do not want a therapist or a fucking parent. They don't. They want a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, a wife. That's it. That's all. They want someone who's going to bring peace into their life, not someone who's going to bring chaos into their life. They don't want that. I mean, unless you're dating somebody who's like 16 to 18, maybe they like drama. But a grown-ass adult with grown-ass responsibilities is not looking for dramatic-ass life. They're not. That's why you're not the one that creates chaos. But you leverage. Oh, Jimmy, we love you. That's right. That's right. All they do is argue about you, Sandy. All they do is argue about you. That's where you have to leverage the fact that if you screwed, first of all, don't do that shit again. We got to learn from it. But exactly what Pookie Dookie said is this is where you leverage and you're like, well, now that she knows about me, I mean, may as well use that to my advantage and be like, all they do is argue about me. Like they cannot stop arguing about me. Oh man. That's the fun part. That's the fun part. I kept saying him. So the situation is she knew about me, got back with me, got back with SP. I kept seeing him secret for a year and spoke up. Bevy, you said it smells like tuna. You know what, bitch? Don't even fucking talk about tuna right now. Don't even talk about tuna right now. It's your fault I didn't even get to eat my tuna last night. Yesterday. Yeah, I said it. I fucking said it. Spent all this time making tuna. It took me forever because I was on the phone with my admins and we were chatting. And it took me forever to make my tuna. Then I made it. Now I like cold food, sandwiches, if it's a cold sandwich. And I put it in the fridge so it can get cold. Then I fucking got lazy. Didn't want to cut up the shit to fit in my sandwich. I found it easier just to make the rest of my tacos. I didn't even get to eat my tuna. And so, yeah, thanks for waking, girlfriend. I'm a little bent about that shit. But guess what I'm having right after this live? Tuna, baby. Because I'm having a turkey dinner for dinner. And have you ever had a turkey dinner sandwich? That shit is fire. I don't even like cranberry sauce. I don't. But on a sandwich, that shit is bomb. Turkey, stuffing, mash, or a little bit green bean casserole. Probably do mash. And then some green cranberry sauce. It'll change your life. But if you're one of those traditional people, I guess you won't know until next Thanksgiving. That's right. Jackie, gutter trash will never be on your level. Gutter trash is not on any of your fucking level at all. Any of your level at all. Hey, Sarah Elizabeth, girlfriend. Okay, Sandy, no more. You've pled your case. You've done your shit. Now you're going to back up. Back up. But at the same time, I look at people like that as in like, well, let's call it what it is. Pathetic. How do you not? How do you not look at something like that as pathetic? It's one thing if they don't know. It's another thing if they do. Because it's like, have you no self-respect? Have you no self-respect? Because now that you have the receipts, what you choose to do with that, I mean, I guess it's up to you. I have enough self-respect. Katrina's mom. I asked for no contact. Should I still be manifesting him back? I can't answer that for you. But why did you, if you want, I can help you answer that, but why did you ask for no contact? Okay. I'm not going to tell any of you guys, yes or no, you should be manifesting your SPs back. They're not my SP. Okay. If you feel like you deserve better and you can do better and they're not worth putting in the effort, then move on. But if you love this person, you care about them, you know they're a good person, you know there's a connection, and you love everything that you have with that person, and they make you feel good and they make you feel happy, then yeah, manifest them back. That's what I did. I'm done dating. I don't want to date anymore because first of all, where am I going to meet somebody? I mean, I can manifest somebody, of course, but I'm like, okay, where do I go realistically? I work at home, so won't be a coworker. Plus, you're not supposed to date people in the workplace anyway. So won't be a coworker. Don't go to college, so won't meet anybody in college. And if I did, they're probably starving students. I don't really go. I mean, I guess the only two places and dating apps, I'm solid on that shit. It's a lot of work on dating apps, right? And then you got to go on dates and you got to do all that shit. Plus, then you got to meet up because people are, and I don't want people knowing where I live. Then it's like, then you got to go. I don't want to meet somebody at the bar. So that leaves business events, or I guess social media if somebody hot slides in my DMs. Oh yeah, because you would have to be absolutely hot to slide in my DM. Because I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, you sound nice. Let's get to know each other. No. If you're not good on the eyes in the profile picture, I'm good. That's just my personality. So thanks, Pretzel. So there's that part. So it's like, but the only thing I'm getting younger in is looks, guys. The only thing I'm getting younger in is looks. So I'm like, well, I've had a lot of relationships and met my person. Like, this is my person. He checks all the fucking boxes. He's completely opposite everybody that I've ever dated. And I mean, he checks all the boxes, and so why would I want someone new when I can have the one that I love? So yeah, that's why I manifested him back versus anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's entirely up to you, but take a look at why you asked to go no contact. Can you change it? Sure, you can. You can. But that's a decision you're going to have to make. I choose if somebody's a keeper, well, I'm going to keep them. Mm-hmm. What should I assume about him? Hold your questions too, because I got to get through these. Don't worry, I won't forget about you, and then we're going to do our little exercises, okay? Yes. What should I assume about him if I want him to be the person to confess that he wants me? That's in our conversations, Jillian. So, I've word it in a way that you would naturally speak, okay? And say it would be something like, he's going to tell me, like, he's telling me everything that I want to hear. Like, literally, he's telling me everything that I want to hear. He's going to confess that he absolutely wants me. Like, I know he wants me and he can't wait to tell me that, right? However you would say that in a conversation is, you need to come from a place of knowing, though, okay? You have to come from a place of knowing that he wants you. See, and that's a lot of things, okay? Inner conversations are great, but you guys can't sit there. So many of you guys are waiting. I'm waiting for them. I want them to tell me this. I want them to tell me that. They will tell you that when you fucking decide. When you decide. I want them to ask me to be their girlfriend. I want them to want a relationship with me. Cool. Well, do you want one with them? Okay, well, are you going to decide that they want one with you? Okay, cool. Job done. Job done. And then have that inner conversation. Remind yourself that all the time. Same with you want them to you want this person to confess that he wants you. Do you know he wants you? You should. So this is where you validate inside yourself. Like, every day he honestly shows me how much he wants me. Like, literally. I know exactly how he feels about me. Like, he's going to tell me everything that I want to hear right now. He cannot wait to confess that he wants me, because I know he does. Because I know he does is the key there. Okay, if you guys know, you guys got to stop questioning shit, because that's the problem. Is you didn't question it in the beginning of your relationship. You got to stop questioning the shit now. You need to stop questioning the shit, because you're waiting for them to confirm what you want to hear, what you want to see. But they can only confirm what you think in your mind, what you think about them, what you assume to be true about them, what you know about them. That's all they can confirm. So you can sit there till you're blue in the fucking face and be like, I want him to ask me to be his girlfriend. Well, when the fuck are you going to decide that he wants you to be his girlfriend? Because when you do that, then he'll ask you. But right now, you're waiting for him to sort out his feelings for you. Do you know how he's going to do that? When you assume how he feels about you. You need to sort out their feelings. You need to do that. It's not up to them. Unless you want to give it up to them. And if you want to give it up to them, you let me know. You let me know. But you may not be able to let me know when they sort out their feelings for you and confess everything that you've wanted to hear but never believed. Because we might have moved on from SPs at that point, and we might be like just crushing the game and teach people how to get millions. I'm just kidding. But my point was, it's going to take a while. And still, they're not going to do it until you have decided how they feel about you. But you're questioning how they feel about you every second you get, and then getting your panties in a bunch because they're showing you exactly what you're questioning. I don't know how I feel about you. Well, they said they don't know. Of course they don't know. Because you don't. Duh. So when are you going to know? And then they will know. That's how that works. It's going to be part of my challenge to you guys today. My stomach growled. You know why? Because I haven't eaten my tuna yet. I hope my admin team feels guilty. I hope they feel guilty. I would have to bloody sets. Okay, now you're forgiven, Betty. It's all it took was an I'm sorry. Although, that's a lie, actually. That's a lie, actually. I did eat tuna last night, but it was like midnight, 12:30. I like eating at 12:30. See, who needs diets to lose weight? And I decided to go get tuna, and I had them with fucking chips. I'm gonna have a viral thing. Yeah, if people can make the stupid things, okay. If people can make stupid things go viral, like spaghetti and Alfredo sauce, marinara with Alfredo, right? The $1 million spaghetti. I'm going to do tuna nachos. But like tuna salad nachos, right? So the things you'd put on top, like in a tuna salad sandwich, you're going to chop that shit up and put on top of chips. I don't mean tortilla chips. So when that shit goes viral, you'll know where it came from. Okay, so I can't be in your guys' mind palace like 24/7, but I hear that a lot, is that you have had the same assumptions for weeks and you believe with your whole being, but it's not in your reality. Couple things. You may have countering assumptions, okay? You may have certain assumptions about one thing, but other assumptions that go against each other. So like an example is, I know he loves me. I absolutely know he loves me. But you also have the assumption that they don't want to be with you. Maybe because they've said it. Those two don't go together. Okay? So they can love you, but not want to be with you. People are told this all the time when they're being broken up with. I love you, but. Okay, the but. So those two assumptions, even though you have this firm assumption, you also have this underlying assumption that goes against what you want. Okay, so there's that one, but it's like, no, I know we're getting back together, and you have that assumption, but you also have a counter assumption that's like, but I'm not sure how he feels about me anymore. Those two don't go together. Okay, so you need to take an assessment of your assumptions and say, are there something, is there an assumption that's counteracting the assumption I have here? Do I have another assumption here that's blocking the shit? So therefore, what assumptions do I actually have? Do I have assumptions that you're aware of that are all behind the scene assumptions, right? I know they're obsessed with me. I know they think about me all the time. I know they love me, right? All behind the scene assumptions that you wouldn't see movement in the 3D is what I mean, behind the scene assumptions. Okay. Then you have other assumptions like, I don't know if he wants to get back together with me. I'm not sure how he feels about me. I'm not seeing any movement from he's not doing what I want him to be doing, right? All of these different things that you have going on here. This is all reality assumptions, things that would require movement to play out. So if these ones are all negative, like countering assumptions, but these ones behind the scene assumptions are what you know. See what I'm saying? This is why you're not seeing it in your reality, because these are all behind the scenes, the assumptions that you know. These ones that actually would play out in your reality are the ones that you're unsure of. That would be the number one reason why, assuming that you're being 1000% honest. Okay. Assuming you're being 1000% honest. That would be the only reason why you have countering assumptions. Okay. So the other thing now, let's assume you're not entirely being honest with yourself. And I'm not saying you are or you aren't, but I'm going to give you both scenarios because it helps the masses. Okay. So now if you're not entirely being honest with yourself, the only reason why you would not be seeing in your reality is one, if these were firm assumptions, you wouldn't need to check. You wouldn't need to check. Why would you need to check? You wouldn't. If these are firm assumptions, there's nothing to check. You know what I'm saying? If I have these assumptions that if I have a firm assumption that me and my boyfriend talk all day, every day, I wouldn't need to check my phone to see if he messaged me. I know he will. I also wouldn't be wondering when the fuck he's going to message me. Well, why hasn't he messaged me yet? Why hasn't he messaged me yet? What is he doing? Because I know we talk every day. That's an assumption of mine. So I wouldn't be asking myself questions that would go against what I'm claiming I have as an assumption. Okay. Because if that's an assumption, you wouldn't be asking questions that go against it, that question that assumption. You wouldn't be doing that. Okay. The third thing is that somewhere you're wavering. So even though you may have assumptions, you may have assumptions that you truly believe with your whole being, but your inner conversations are not matching said assumptions. Okay. They have to match. Everything has to be in alignment. Okay. Everything has to be in alignment. Your assumptions need to match your thoughts, need to match your inner conversations. Okay. It's called alignment. They need to be in alignment, because if they're not, it's like putting pieces to the puzzle together and none of the pieces fit. Then that's not a whole puzzle, right? Has that ever pissed you the fuck off where you build the entire puzzle and one piece is missing? And then I just want to go and throw it fucking away. Yeah, that's happened a couple times to me. And I'm like, that's why I don't do puzzles, to be quite frank. Because I was like, no, fuck that. Because if a fucking piece is missing and I spent all this damn time, then I'd be so pissed off. On top of that, I like a nice clean house. And a puzzle with 10,000 pieces on my kitchen table would drive me nuts. Because I'd be like, can we put this away now? And my daughter would be like, we're not done. Well, can we put this shit on a whole ass big piece of cardboard and put it in the closet? I mean, I don't like seeing it. That's just me. I'm like, arts and craft time is fun. And then right as soon as we're done with the arts and crafts, it's like, can we clean this shit up now? Thanks. Well, guess we don't need to hold questions because it just all got all the way pushed down. That's right. Buddha gutter trash. Fuck gutter trash. But did that make sense? I want this to make sense to you guys, where you guys need to understand that everything, all three, write that down, son, because I know son takes notes. Inner conversations, affirmations or assumptions, right? Assumptions and your, I said already. Oh, and your thoughts throughout the day need to all be in alignment with each other. Then it will push out. Okay? Okay. Can I imagine scenarios with my SP? And if yes, how do I make sure I'm not just fantasizing? That's the thing, Shade, is you are fantasizing. Let's think about it, right? You are fantasizing. And that's okay. That's the point, because your subconscious mind takes you at your word, and your subconscious mind operates off of pictures, sounds, and feelings. So if you're fantasizing and you're making up and you're imagining scenarios with your SP, that's visualizing and creating and channeling feelings. So that's creating pictures and feelings, which is real to your subconscious mind. So you don't have to worry about it because that is fantasizing. But it doesn't, but that's what produces. That's what produces. It comes into your reality. It comes into your reality. So fantasizing about it is not a bad thing. That's what it's supposed to do. That's the whole be delusional part that people talk about. Be delulu. Delulu is the new salulu. Okay. And that's when it comes to visualizing. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You absolutely should. You absolutely should. Because that's how the subconscious mind operates. And don't go get your panties in a fucking bunch. You could hear that, crazy court. My stomach growling sounded like a fucking dog just growled. Oh my God, you guys can all hear that. Who needs a fucking microphone? If you can hear a stomach growl, we're good to go. Oh, Sandy, one last thing. SB asked to speak tomorrow. How should I act? Oh, I'm sure he did. Thanks, Haley. Okay, so how should you react? Just very nonchalant about the whole thing. Very nonchalant about the whole thing. What you're not going to do is argue. Okay, you do not need to plead your case. You do not need to plead your case. Okay, you don't need to be like, I'm so sorry, this, that, and the third. I mean, you can apologize because in all honesty, what you did was wrong. Okay, it was wrong. Well, not wrong, but childish. It was childish. Okay, so you could apologize, but you don't need to grovel. Okay, you can control. Also, you don't need to question how that meeting is going to go. Okay, if he wants to speak to you tomorrow, you control his attitude. You control what version of him shows up at that meeting tomorrow. You control his attitude. You control the things that he says. So affirming, absolutely. I'd be like, he's going to tell me everything that I want to hear. I know how he feels about it. He's telling me everything I want to hear. He's going to tell me everything that I want to hear. He's literally going to tell me, we're going to have the best conversation. He's going to tell me everything that I want to hear. 1000%. Especially, but don't waver from that. Don't question it. I don't give a shit if you're pulling into the parking lot or if he just wants to talk on the phone. I don't know, but I don't care where that is. Do not waver from it. Do not waver from it. Okay, you could be walking up to the whole ass table to sit down, have a sit down and be like, he's going to tell me everything I want to hear. He's going to tell me everything that I want to hear. And he will, as long as you don't feed into his bullshit. As long as you don't feed into bullshit. Okay, there's no reason why you should have an argument, because an argument means you've said too much. You can let him say what he needs to say, right? This is one of those that like less is more. Less is more. You don't need to tell him why you did it. You don't need to do any of that. You can literally be like, yeah, I crossed the line 1000%. You're right. And yeah, I get where you're coming from. Do things differently because it will throw him off, because he'll be like, plus you have to ask yourself, like, a client did this and it turned everything around for her because it turned an instant around for her because she simply put herself in his shoes. If that was you and that happened to you, how would you feel? So is he wrong in how he's feeling? Probably not. And if you actually listen to what he says at that meeting, like listen to be listening, not listening to respond and not reacting, then everything will work out just fine. Everything will work out just fine. but then finding the leverage in what he's saying. So listen, like as if it's a fucking interview. That's how you should all be taking conversations that you have with your SPs. Like you have a mental notepad going on. You're like, please continue. Got that. Okay. What else? Okay. Got that. Check. What else? Okay, cool. And then you go home and then you think about everything that they said. No need to go down memory. You don't need to go down that rabbit hole and get all your panties in a bunch, but you recall everything they said and go, okay, now how do I leverage every fucking thing that was just said? Cool. So I said, treat it like an interview. and then we get to work and leverage. And then we get to work and leverage. That's how you do it. Okay? All right. In case you are new here, my name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, obviously. And I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. So also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get your shit right, then all links are in my bio. I also have a WhatsApp community. I have text coaching, guided meditations, sleep hypnosis audios, all the things to help you guys bypass the conscious, get that shit in the subconscious. I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. And no, we were not in no contact for a couple weeks. It was 8 months. We are no contact. Okay. So I'm here to help you do the same. And I'm good at it. So I'm here to help you be good at it. So you can get your SP, like today. On top of that, I don't charge a lot of money because I refuse to do that. So yeah, there's that part. Literally, you can work with me for less than $100. All right. Alrighty. And I don't abandon you. Okay. I've been practicing random stuff and I'm seeing it push out instantly after saying that happens. Yes, Tay. Ironic how that happens, right? That's what I was telling you guys to do yesterday is just start practicing random shit. Just say random things. And she sees it pushing out instantly after saying that it happens. Yes, that's what you guys should be doing. Just come up with random ass shit. And if you have a hard time coming up with random things, okay, then look at it like I'm just going to have random inner conversations about my SP. Just like random shit about my SP, random conversations about my mom, my brother, my daughter, anybody, my dog, whatever. And have just like say random things. Like instead of trying to think of random things, just say random things that really you don't care about. Like, dude, I bet he's literally, thanks, Farrah. Be like, dude, I bet he's literally going to talk to me about the dog today. See it push out. Because you didn't really think about it. Again, you don't really give a shit. Right? He's totally going to like my story today. Yeah. Or I bet, like, honestly, I know that he is, I know that I'm going to get that front row parking spot when I go to Walmart right now because I don't feel like fucking walking. Like stupid bullshit like that. Stupid crap like that. Where it's like literally something so random that you say. Because as you can see, you guys are always asking how long does it take to manifest? And I can't answer that question because there's not a time frame. It's not like, well, to manifest, you have to follow the 52-step framework and then your shit's going to come in exactly 31 days. No, it's instant. The reason why your SP doesn't seem to be instant is because you have resistance to that. You have resistance to a lot of things when it comes to your SP, which is why if you do what I said, and that is just go treat everything like I'm manifesting every fucking thing. I'm going to have the perfect goddamn day today because I'm manifesting. I ain't going to sit in traffic. I'm going to manifest. It ain't going to rain today. I'm going to you know what I'm saying? I ain't sitting at red lights today at all. In fact, I'm going to get front row parking spots. Somebody's going to buy me a coffee today. Like all the things. I'm going to have a perfect day. Every day is going to be the perfect day because I'm going to manifest everything. I'm going to curate my entire day, how it goes. And you will see it push out. So then you take that stuff and say, okay, if I could manifest saying a yellow car in 2 minutes after I said it, then, and that's, or a bright green car or an orange, then what the fuck can I manifest a text message from my SP? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. The difference is you didn't try to manifest the pink car. That's the difference. So what would happen if you didn't try to manifest a text message from your SP? You just said it. What about your day? It's no different. It's no different. It's not a different process to manifest a yellow fucking car than it is to manifest your SP to text you. It's the same shit. It's literally the same shit. So do it. Okay, my ear itches. Alexandra. It's funny that we call him SPs like, shh, because if I say his name is Brian, he might be watching. Okay, so if your SP's name is Peter, how does your subconscious mind know that it is this specific Peter? Because your subconscious, you can say he, you don't even have to say Peter. You can literally say he, okay? If you were to say he, your subconscious mind knows who you're referring to. It knows who you're thinking about, okay? Now, sometimes you will say like, Peter is this, or, if you want a specific person, you can say his name. But if you were to say like a blanket, I never had this problem, but several of my clients have. So like when I would say he, my subconscious mind knew who I was referring to. Now, sometimes if you use the term he or she as a blanket, other people in your life will start to conform, whether it's exes from your past, friends, different people like that will start to conform. And the reason for that is because it all boils down to how you see each person. Okay. If you were to say Peter, then Peter should be the one conforming. Okay. But if you were to say he or she and somebody else is conforming, you have to compare the descriptions of those two. You would need to compare the descriptions. When you compare the descriptions, then you will find out exactly why one is performing and the other one is not. Because it'll be blatantly obvious to you. Okay, that you will know that there's you'll see very distinct differences between your descriptions of both parties and what you know about that person versus what you know about that person. And now it'll be blatantly obvious why one is conforming. So if that's the case, then you take the one that's conforming, your description of that person, and pop that shit. Just take the program chip out, pop it into SP that you actually want to conform. And then that will conform. Yeah, user 478. That's everyone's fucking problem is arguing. That's everyone's problem. Yes, Danielle, I love you, girlfriend. I love you. Are you asking, is this question to me, Farah? Was there a gutter trash? Yes, there was. Yes, there was gutter trash. In fact, funny thing, as my people know, I don't need to make the shit up because gutter trash appeared on my TikTok live. What was it, 3 days ago? Yeah, like 3 days ago, gutter trash appeared on my live. She was kind of funny. So. They may not have found it funny, but I thought it was fucking funny. Lachey. That's a first. That's a first for me. I mean, I guess my daughter is half of a sister. But usually people think that I'm from the South. And I go, because I get asked that all the time, are you from the South? I said, Southern California. It's about as South as I get. No, I can't ever date somebody from like Texas either. Sorry. It would drive me, what's up, Bevy? It would drive me nuts. I can't do hick accents. But that's just me. That's just me. Did your ex gutter trash know what you do before she saw your live? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's actually the funny part. Yes. Yeah. It was brought up probably like the first 20 minutes of my live, it was brought to my attention by one of my clients. I talked to her this morning. She was hilarious because she goes, I saw it and I was like, oh shit, I have to tell Jen. And then she goes, I could see you. All of a sudden, I could see your eyes look up because she sent me a text. She could see my eyes look up. She goes, she's reading the text right now. And then, because you guys can't see the comments when I do the live replay. You know what I'm saying? You can't see the comments at all. You can only hear what I'm saying. And so I was like scrolling through the comments, like, are you being for real right now? Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. I, of course, am an adult, though. I'm an adult. So I handled it with grace and poise. But when someone refers to themselves as gutter trash, I find that fucking funny. How do you not find that funny? No, not really. Not really. That would be wasting my time. I think I told her, go back to work. That was it. Only because I want to respect my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? I want to respect my boyfriend, so I don't need to go toe to toe with anybody that's irrelevant in my life. And so I want to respect him because it causes problems. So there's that. But we've all moved on from that, and so we're all good. Oh yeah, organically zen. What the fuck, Heidi? You can't do that. You can't go from organically zen skincare to organically zen Heidi. Yeah, no. She's well aware, but they called themselves that. That's what I thought was hilarious. I said, how are you going to call yourself that? I think that's funny. 1000%. 1000%, yes. But not anymore. Not in my reality. Not my reality. So that's why I'm a huge fan of giving identities that serve you a good purpose. So there's that. And I immediately thought of you, Danielle, to be quite frank. I did. I thought about Danielle because I was like, now we have something in common. That shit was fucking funny. That shit was funny. He told me he's seeing someone. What should I do? Not give a shit? Elevated? That's what you should do. Yeah, Whiplash, that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. He told you he's seeing someone. What should I do? Not give a shit. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares if he has gutter trash? If they have gutter trash, doesn't matter. If you stay the path and you stay focused on what it is that you want and only see the version of your SP that you want and don't view gutter trash, because that's what 3Ps are. If you don't view gutter trash as an obstacle or a challenge standing in between you and SP, it dissolves. It goes away. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay? So you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. So that's what you need to do is say you either want them or you don't. That's fine, Jenna. Just send me a texty girl and we'll change the time. Okay. No more questions. For about 15 minutes. Okay? Because I want to oh, Laura, no. So I did not stay in the state and persist for 8 months. Fuck no. What I did is I spent 7 months going down law of attraction bullshit rabbit hole and shutting down my life and like listening to technique after technique after. I mean, I had like 58 techniques in a folder, and that's one folder. Okay. So yeah, I went through, I had like a technique folder. Then I had another video folder. It was awful. And so 7 months, I spent hours upon hours. Like I did not watch TV, nothing. I spent hours doing techniques, all at the end of the day to not See movement in my 3D. So it wasn't until I decided to take a step back and reverse engineer how the fuck I caused my breakup so I can cause my makeup that I realized it all boiled down to thoughts and different inner conversations that I had, things that I randomly said, right? Because I created my breakup said it one time. One time. We were perfect. Okay. This was not a slowly declining relationship where we argued. We never argued ever. We didn't have like not one argument. Everything was 1000% perfect until my parents made a comment that offended my boyfriend, rightfully so, 1,000,000%. He was in the right for being offended and feeling that type of way. I had a little too much sake because it was my birthday. And on my way home, even he was telling me, it's not you, you're perfect. And I got pissed at my parents. And when he dropped me off at home, I called my parents. I said, I swear to fucking God, if he breaks up with me, I'm not talking to you again. Very next day, they break up. Said it one time. I'm pretty sure it was one time. But there was no slow decline. It wasn't like my inner conversations were shit. Like, it wasn't like that at all because there was no problems. We had no problems in our relationship at all. But I said it one time because of a momentary incident that had nothing to do with me. And that's why I had such a hard time with the breakup, because I said I didn't even cause it at first because I didn't realize I did. And I was like, this is fucking just ridiculous. And I did not talk to my parents for a while because I said, how you don't see that this is wrong for you to make comments and you don't care that you hurt my feelings. Somehow this is about you is fucking stupid. And so, yeah, so that's when I realized. I said, damn, I said it one time. And then I started thinking about when my boyfriend hurt himself after a breakup. And I also said that shit out of anger one time. I said, fuck him, I hope he hurts himself. That's what I said. I didn't think about it again until people started asking me where he was. And if he worked here, so I said, he lives here. Why would he not work here? This is where he works. I was like, of course he does. And I ran to him at the mailbox limping. And he told me that a washer and dryer fell on his ass. And so that's what happened. So I spent 7 months doing that. Then I started thinking about how everything became everything and realized that that's all bullshit because I didn't have to do no visualization techniques for shit. And so then I decided to do something different and manifest investing steps because I didn't even have his phone number because he had changed his phone number and everything. And then it all clicked and worked. So I technically only manifested him back actively, consciously for 4 weeks. Yeah, we were in no contact a total of 8 months. I do crazy court. There's there's a monthly thing that people get, and some people want to talk only once a week, other people want to talk twice a week. It really doesn't matter. But when you get that, you do need to save. It's going to take you to the calendar link. And Danielle, same applies to you too, but and everybody else. It's going to take you to a calendar link, and save the calendar link because that's the calendar. So a lot of people want to, like, I just had somebody today do that where they schedule them all out. Okay, so therefore they don't have to worry about picking and choosing whenever. So they'll schedule them all out, or at least you'll have the calendar link so you can schedule as often as you want. Because I just had somebody today scheduled for twice a week. And she just went through and just picked the same day and time for twice a week, every day, every week. So, all right. Now, I want you guys to get in a nice, comfy space. Oh. Is it weird in the WhatsApp group today? You guys are all using fucking acronyms and shit, and my mind went the wrong direction in your success stories. You guys were all talking about birds before land, but they kept using the acronym BBL. And I was like, damn, all you guys got Brazilian butt lifts? And then I was like, oh, talking about fucking birds before land. I thought you were talking about Brazilian butt lifts. See how one acronym could have 2 different meanings, bitches. Okay, 2 different meanings. I know, see, it's like, yeah, different things. But I literally saw it and I was like, I look just like I got a BBL. But then I was like, wait a minute. Then somebody said, Danielle, I think it was, said birds before land. I was like, oh, you guys fucking talking about birds before land. God damn it. I never felt more disappointed in my entire life. So, oh, all right. Yeah, see, Jenna, this is why that's because in California, we think differently around here. Angela, yeah, of course. Of course. If you have that. See, I know these are my people. I know Taylor. So I was too. I'm glad I wasn't the only one because I literally was going to comment there. Then I got distracted because I had to stuff my turkey. So smells good in here, by the way. All right, let's get busy. Okay, I want you guys to have a nice, comfy seat, and I want you guys to close your eyes, and we're just going to take a couple deep breaths in. And I want you to imagine that you're in a giant amphitheater. It's dark outside. There's no one there. It's just you. You're sitting in the middle of this amphitheater. In front of you is a large stage. And on that stage, there's a single stage light. That stage light goes from the ceiling down to the center of the stage. Sure, Haley. I want you to go ahead and stare into that stage light for just a moment. And as you stare into that stage light, you start to realize that you are not alone. In fact, you notice that off in the distance, out of the light, in the back of the stage, you notice that there's a dark, shadowy figure. And as you start to adjust your focus to the dark, shadowy figure, you start to notice that that person is your SP. Now, I want you to call your SP to the center of the stage into the light. Say their name. Do it now. Now, as that person steps into the light, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features. You also notice a gold cord that runs from the center of their third eye directly into your third eye. Now, I want you to say these two questions to your SP, and I want you to hear them respond. If you can hear their voice, great. If you cannot, that's okay too. I want you to look at your SP and ask your SP right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you yes. Now ask your SP, do you love me? Also hear them tell you yes. Now I want you to say these 4 phrases to your SP. This time, they're not going to respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP right in their eyes. And I want you to tell your SP, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hand as if it's a pair of scissors, and I want you to cut the gold cord that runs from your third eye. Only. And as that gold cord begins to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand, and I want you to grab the roots of that gold cord and just rip them out of your third eye and toss them aside. Now, as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And they get farther and farther, and they get smaller and smaller, and they get farther and farther, and smaller and smaller, and farther and farther, until they just disappear. Now I want you to take one more deep breath in and out. And open your eyes. Bethy. Now, I realized I totally didn't tell you why we do that exercise, in case you're new here. There's two exercises. There's two techniques that we do on my live every single day. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always upload them to the two of you. So while you're there, subscribe. The link is in my bio. And you can always watch them back. These two techniques that we do are both in my TikTok. So the one we just did is the cord cutting. That is, there's a video series of me wearing 3 red shirts in all 3 videos, right? A trilogy of red shirts. It's the very first one. Okay. The technique that we're about to do next is going to be pinned to the top of my profile. It's got like 42,000 views. So just go ahead and save those videos because you can do them at any time. Okay. Now the energy cord cutting is designed to cut the stale energy between you and your SP. So the fact is your SP will think about you and your SP will think about you very, very shortly. Okay. Now, the difference is the way they're going to think about you now is differently. It's fresh energy. And that's how they're going to think about you. Okay. But do absolutely know that they will pop into your mind. Okay. You will pop into their mind. And they will think about you. I did this technique with an ex of mine 8 years ago. And within 72 hours, the man messaged me and was like, or called me and was like, hey, how you doing? I was just thinking about you. I was like, And then cut the cord attack. You can also there's different ways you can do the cord cutting technique. You can do it with yourself. Okay. So you can imagine yourself on that stage. Okay. Same process. You're only cutting the cord one direction from yourself, not the person that's on the stage. You keep their cord intact, okay? So that's why they float away like a balloon with a string, okay? Or like a tampon, however you want to look at it. I think balloons balloons float though, right? They fly away. So you can do it with yourself. You can do it with the younger version of yourself. You can do it with the people in your lives. I would start with your immediate family, okay? It could be like your children, maybe your parents, anyone in your immediate family that you love, because this is done out of love. It's the only thing I could think of that had a string that hung out. Okay. But then you can start with those people outside of that. No, we just did the cord cutting only. Then start with the people outside of that are negative in your life. That people that you have maybe somebody that's negative in your life, that's maybe a chronic complainer, things like that. Then those people you would start with, because those people, everyone in your entire life is attached to your energy. And so that's why sometimes you'll feel great. Other times you'll be just exhausted. That's why, because everyone's attached to your energy. So we want to get rid of the negative shit first. Okay. All right. So now we are going to do the photo method. So yeah, you do, Danielle, because you'll see all of a sudden they'll be totally different. All right. Now we're going to do the photo method. The photo method is designed to get you contact from your SP or to get some kind of movement with your SP. Okay. I need you guys to start thinking differently. You cannot keep thinking the way you've been thinking. We need to start thinking differently so that because either way, you're expecting something from your SP. So what are you expecting? Are you expecting your SP to ghost you, block you, not want to talk to you, not want to be with you, not ever think about you? Or are you expecting your SP to love you, want to talk to you, want to be with you, want to contact you? Somebody who can't get enough of you, somebody who can't stay away from you. Either way, you're thinking something and you're expecting something. So we need to start expecting the behavior from your SP that you want them to have, not what you don't want anymore. Okay? All right. Danielle, I'll answer that right after this because I got to go to the ladies' room and I got to go check on my turkey. Okay, so during the photo method, I do put you on pause for a couple minutes just so you can do the photo method, because if not, how on earth am I supposed to go to the bathroom? I do not have a catheter. Okay. So get the photos of your SP out. And while you're doing that, I want you to go down memory lane, because the reality is, even though we're selecting different versions of our SP all the time, right? And if you were to compare the versions of your SP from when you first met your SP to the person that they are now, or the last time you talked to your SP, they're like night and day, very different versions. They're not the same person at the end of your relationship that they were in the beginning. But they also can be said for you. You're also not the same person at the end of your relationship that you were in the beginning either. So instead, what we do now, this is not covered in the video, okay? I have to recreate it. But this is why, maybe I'll do that today. I really need to record video content. Anyway, oh no, I'm doing that tomorrow morning. We'll see. We'll see. But I need you to go back, and I need you to remember the version of who you were when you first met. Okay? So right now, I want you to go back down memory lane. Go dip in an old story and ask yourself, I want you to think for a second, who were you as a person when you met your SP? What kind of confidence level did you have? You know, before you met your SP, you weren't needing a relationship. A lot of you weren't even looking for a relationship. You were just living your life. You were living your life. You had a confidence about you. You had you had some assurities, some certainty about you. You knew who you were. You had self-respect, right? You knew what you wanted. You were that person. I want you to go back and remember who you were. Because the reality is that who you were in the beginning of your relationship is what caused your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife to pursue you, to chase you, to want to be with you, who they were attracted to, who they wanted to talk to all the time. They constantly wanted to spend time with you. They were always trying to get your attention. They wanted to do anything to make you happy. They wanted to be with you. The person you were in the beginning of your relationship is the person they fell in love with. So go back and remember that version of you right now. Because that is now who you are. The version that they absolutely are in love with. The version that they want to talk to all the fucking time. That they cannot get enough of. That they are obsessed with. They want to just be everything. They want to do everything with you. They want to create memories with you. That they just cannot get enough of you. That's the version of you that you must become again. Because that's the version that they were attracted to. That they pursued. So now that you are stepping into that, I want you to step into that version of you right now. Like you're putting on a brand new fucking suit. Mama's got a brand new bang. That's who you are again. Now, I want you to go to a time in your relationship where everything was perfect. I'm a bean. I want you to go right now, and I want you to recall a time in your relationship when everything was perfect. When your SP was checking all the boxes. I want you to remember who your SP was for you back then. Who was your SP as a person for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Recall that version of your SP right now. Everything about that SP that won your heart. The one that you were just spitting over. You couldn't get enough of. Remember who that version of your SP is right now. Because that now is who they are again for you. We have the ability to select whatever version of our SPs that we want at any given time. And so now, forget the version of your SP that was here a minute ago. Forget the version of yourself that was here a minute ago. That's who neither one of you are anymore. Both of you are the best versions of yourselves for each other right now. You're the best version of yourself. You're the version of yourself right now that won his heart. And your SP right now is the version of themselves that won your heart. There is no other version that exists. This is the only versions that exist right now and moving forward. Hold on to this version only. Accept no other version of your SP. Hold on to only this version of your SP right now. Okay? Because the reality is, when you think about your SP, that means that your SP is thinking about you. And when you're going about your day and your SP randomly pops into your mind, that is not a coincidence. That is because your SP is thinking about you in that very moment, which is why you're thinking about them. It's called thought transmission. Okay? It goes both directions. So understand that right now, since the last time you talked and spoken and saw your SP, right now, your SP every single fucking day has done nothing but think about you. Your SP is thinking about you right now. They cannot stop thinking about you. They have been waiting and waiting and waiting. They have written texts to you every single day, and they have done nothing but delete them over and over and over again because they are waiting for the right moment in time to contact you. They have so much to talk to you about. They cannot wait to tell you everything that they feel about you, how big of a mistake that they made, and how they know you're meant to be together. They have been waiting to send that text or that phone call to you for a while now. The only reason why they can't press send, the only reason why they can't press that call button is because they're waiting for you to give them permission. Why do you want me to say 6, 7? What are you, 5? My daughter says that shit. Anyway, that's the only reason they haven't contacted you, is they're waiting for you to give them their permission to do so. So now it's time for you, right now, to allow them to talk to you, to allow them back into your life, because I know you want them to be. But now, right now, expect that from them. Because the second you know that they're going to contact you, they will contact you on the spot, instantly. So right now, I want you to tell yourself, right now, no matter where you're at in your relationship with your SP, if you're in contact, move to the next step. Right now, I want you to tell yourself, I absolutely know that they're going to reach out to me today. Say it with some confidence. Because if you selected the version of yourself, like I asked you to do, and you selected the version of your SP, like I told you to do, you shouldn't question a fucking thing. Because the reality is you didn't question that back then. When everything was perfect in your relationship, you never questioned ever if they were going to contact you, if they thought about you, if you were going to hear from them today, if they were going to come see you, if they wanted to be with you. You never questioned any of that. I love that for you, Glare Works. See, live proof is in the pudding. You never questioned any of that. So now it's time again for you to stop questioning. No more questioning their feelings for you. No more questioning if they want to talk to you. No more questioning any of that shit. I want you to know right now with 1,000% certainty that they are. They have stared at your pictures they have a fake profile right now looking at your photos. They look at your photos every fucking day in their gallery on their phone, thinking about you. And right now, you're going to get contact from your SP. Because right now, you're going to allow them to contact you. Okay? Now, if you are new here, I need you to put on your crown. If you are not new here, I want you to straighten your crown. Because here, we get what we want, and we get it when we want it. Giving people false hope? No. False hope, what are you talking about? I have hundreds of people that will attest to there's no fucking false hope. So bye. Anyway, no, you can stick around. Stick around. Maybe you'll learn something. Anyway, straighten your crown if you're not new here. Well, hello, good golly, Miss Melly. Because here we get what we want, we get what we want. We don't settle for shit around here. You are the king and the queen of your own reality, and no one is above you in your own damn house. People do what you say to do. Okay? What you say to do. People get message. What are you talking about? Right before you, somebody just said they got a message. Huh? Okay. Anyway, why don't you try it? Why don't you try it? Prove yourself right or wrong, whatever you want, because either way, you're going to prove yourself one way or the other. Anyway, you're distracting me from my people right now. So you can stick around and do it and learn something and prove yourself wrong. Okay? Okay. Anyway. Well, then stick around, user 321. Let me help you. Let me help you. Okay? Because that's literally why I go live 3 days a week or 7 days a week for 3 hours. Let me help you. This is why I do it, because I'm here to help my people. And so if you're here, you're now my people. So if you want to know something, ask a question. I'm an open goddamn book. I teach you how exactly what I did to manifest my SP back from no contact living with me in 4 weeks. Okay? All right. So when a king and queen give their command, do they have to ever sit there and question, doubt, wonder, check? No, they don't. When queens and kings give commands, they know, they expect for it to be done. There's nothing to check. There's nothing to doubt. There's nothing to worry. There's nothing to fear. For what? They don't need to check because they're the king and the queen of their reality. What they say goes. And the minute you expect for your command to be fulfilled, it will be on the spot. The minute you want the minute you go from wanting and hoping that they text you, thanks, user 478. The minute you go from wanting and hoping that they contact you to knowing, why wouldn't they contact me? They will. On the spot. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay? So if you are in no contact with your SP or you're in contact, but the contact is not consistent contact, then you're going to look at your SP's photo and you're going to tell them to contact you. Now, if you're alone, say it out loud so you can say it with a little bit of backbone. If you're not alone, say it in your mind. Doesn't matter. Don't look like a wacko. Okay? And so you're going to look at your SP's photo and you can say contact, calling, texting, however they would naturally reach out to you is exactly how they'll do it. Who gives a shit, right? So you're going to look at them and say, you're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. Period. Okay? Now, for the sake of this, I didn't think I had to say this, but for the sake of this exercise, I want you to do the ones that I'm saying. Okay? After this, I will tell you how to leverage the photo method to do anything else. Okay? So, yes, he will text you the second you expect him to. So tell yourself, I know he's going to contact me today. I know he's going to contact me today. I don't need to check. I don't need to question. I don't need to worry. I don't need to worry about shit. There's nothing to check. I know. I know he's contacting me today, and he will. And he will. But don't check. Don't doubt. Just do. Okay? Now, if you're in consistent contact with your SP, then you're going to move to the next step. You can either tell them that they're contacting you right now, or that they're coming to see you today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. Okay? Now, if you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, any of the ships, then you can do what you want. You can tell them they're contacting you today. They're coming to see you today, or they're contacting you right now. They're going to come see you today. Or you can tell them, you're bringing me dinner tonight. You're buying me dinner tonight. You're cooking me dinner tonight. You're bringing me flowers today. You're going to rub my feet tonight. You're giving me sexy time today. Whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Okay? And then when we get back, I'll tell you, in case you're new here, I'm going to give you a tip on how to prove it to yourself. Don't take my word for shit. Okay? I want you to prove to yourself that thought transmission is real and it works on anybody. Okay? So this is every people that have been following me know what I say, but I'm going to tell you if you're new. All right? Okay, I'm going to pause this live so I can check on my turkey and get busy. I want you to give your commands right now. Relax and expect them. Right now, expect them to contact you. And we're back. Here I put chapstick on. Literally what it is. And they have a great lip tint, guys. CoverGirl. So, oh, my turkey is done. It is glistening. It is glistening. I'm so excited. Of course I will post a picture. I know. I should send you some. Send you some. Okay. Now let's address the, because I want to help. Okay. I'm here to help. So let's address the false hope thing. Okay. It's never about giving false hope. In fact, it's literally about, it's about giving hope, right? It's the opposite. So there's no false hope, because if that's the case, why would we be manifesting our SPs back, right? If it was false hope. It's not. It's about knowing that you're meant to be together, right? Knowing that they love you, knowing how they feel about you, knowing that that's your person, knowing something different, knowing how you knew back then. Okay. You never questioned shit back then. You didn't ever. So it's going back to that, where you don't question it now. Is all of a sudden we start questioning shit now that we never questioned before in our relationship. And we have to do things differently because that's what led to your breakup. Okay. Is I have to get you to understand what led to your breakup so that you can understand that if you caused your breakup, then you can absolutely 1000% cause your makeup. Okay. So I get a lot of new people here. Let's go down memory lane real one hot second. If you're new here, and you can realize what caused your breakup so you can understand what can cause your makeup. Okay. So when you first met your boyfriend or your SP, when you first met your SP, everything was great. Everything was fucking great, right? You were smitten. He was smitten. You were all just head over heels for each other. And therefore things escalated quickly. You went from meeting and exchanging numbers to talking all the fucking time to following each other on social media, doing all the things, hanging out constantly, to relationship, right? Things escalated very quickly. Then you have a disagreement that turns into an argument. And the only reason disagreements turn into an argument is because you can't shut the fuck up. Typically it's you ladies that can't shut the hell up. Okay. And you got to prove your point. I just need them to see where I'm coming from. I just need to prove my fucking point. If I can get them to see where I'm coming from, then they'll understand. And that's not how that works, right? That's why you're arguing, because they're not getting it, because that's forcing the 3D. So whenever you do that, then what happens is now your argument verbally stops, but not for you. In here, it continues. Where now you've walked away and you're pissed off. You're like, what a fucking asshole. And you're thinking about all the things that he said, all the things that he did, all that shit, right? And you just bitch. Sometimes you'll go back for round 2 and you'll be like, oh, I'm not done yet. Actually, I have more to say. Or you'll call your besties and anybody that will fucking listen. And you'll be like, look, you're not going to believe what he just said, what he did, blah, 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 blah. Then you move on. Okay. Then you move on. And you guys make up, everything's fine, you're right back on track. Then you have another disagreement that turns into an argument, and it goes the same way the last one went. Bitch. And now you notice that the disagreements and arguments tend to become a little bit more frequent. And now your relationship has hit a snag, right? And over the course, every time you argue, every time you have a disagreement, you bitch in your mind about your SP. And to the point where you start to notice that they're changing. You've even said that to yourself, most likely, and said, they're different. They're different. They're not the same person that they were before. Like things are just different now, right? And so now what happens? Your relationship is on the decline. Arguing more frequently, disagreeing more frequently, growing more distant. And then all of a sudden, towards the end of your relationship, you start to question your relationship altogether. Is he going to break up with me? Are we good? Does he still love me? Are we okay? Like, I don't know if he still wants to be with me. And then the breakup. So then after the breakup, now things get fun and exciting for you, because now what do? You do what everybody else is trying to do to save their relationship. and you do what everyone else is trying to do to save the relationship, and you force a 3D. So now you call them 25,000 times, you blow their shit up, and if they don't answer the first 25,000 times you call, what do? You block your number and you call again because they just might not know that the private number is you. And now there's apps nowadays where you can apparently call from 55,000 phone numbers, and they just might not know that's you too. And then if they don't answer that, you're also blowing up their text messages because you just need them to talk to you. I just need them to talk to me because if I just get them on the phone, then they'll understand, we'll get back together. And some of you guys will even go to their home trying to talk to them, right? Go to their home. I just need to talk to them. Let me go to their home. And if that doesn't work, then I'll go ahead and I'll start liking their shit on social media, all their stories, their posts, try to get their attention. And then I'll even slide into their DMs because they're not answering me by phone. So maybe they'll answer me if I slide into their DMs. So now I'm sliding into their DMs and texting through DMs. And now what happens? Now you're blocked. Now they're like, go away. Because all you did is force the 3D after your breakup. And all that does is push them further away. But the reality is you caused the breakup. Because you questioned your relationship at the end. You questioned their feelings about you. You questioned them. And oftentimes at the end of your relationship, you say, this is not even the same person. Of course it's not. Because every time you argued, every time you had a disagreement, every time they did something you didn't like, all you did was bitch and complain and complain and complain and complain and complain and complain and complain. So oftentimes when they're breaking up with you, they'll tell you things that make no sense, right? Like, I love you, but I feel like you deserve better, or I can't give you what you want, or, sometimes love just isn't enough, or, I'm not sure. I just need some time to clear my head. I'm just not sure how I feel. I think we need a break because I'm just really not sure about how I feel or if I want this relationship anymore, right? It's confusion. But the only reason why they're confused when they're breaking up with you is because you're confused in your thoughts about them. You don't know if they want to be with you or they don't want to be with you. You don't want all of this shit, all of this stuff. And so they push that out. And you did it so subconsciously, you weren't aware you were even doing it. And you created the breakup. So the good thing is, though, because you created the breakup, you can create the makeup. All you have to do is the exact same thing that you did, but the opposite. And so you now have to go and select the version of your SP that you want for you and only you. You have to see them as that person. Okay. You have to see them in a way that you want them to be for you. You have to go back to that. Plus, you need to go back to the version of yourself that you were before. Because oftentimes throughout our relationships, we tend to get so caught up in our relationships that our identities change. I'm so sorry. In the manifestation community, they call it I am. It's called identity. Okay. Your identities start to change over time, where our identities become defined by our relationships. Okay. And on top of that, also our relationships tend to create insecurities within ourselves, right? They create insecurities in ourselves. We're questioning who the fuck we are over our relationship, we're looking for them to constantly validate over and over again what you should be validating within yourself. You shouldn't need them to validate who the fuck you are. This is totally normal is that you need to be going back and finding that love for yourself. Okay. That love for yourself, that confidence within yourself and knowing who the fuck you are, because that's where we leverage the law of assumption. Okay. This is where we leverage, where we say, okay, everything's an assumption, okay? So everyone in my reality, everyone is you pushed out, okay? So everyone in my reality must show up to me based on my assumptions of them, okay? Of each person, which is why your SP will be very different to you than he is to their friends, than he is to other people in their lives, because everyone has a different assumption of your friend, okay? Or of your SP. So this is where we leverage to say, okay, but also, they also have their assumptions in their own realities. one of those assumptions being about you. So what do you want to assume that they believe about you? What do you want their assumptions about you to be? Do you want them to believe that you're a loose ass cannon, that you that you're chaos in their life, that you're a problem? That all you are is dramatic and argumentative and just fucking not the jam? Or do you want them to think that you are perfect? That you're perfect in every fucking way you can imagine. They can imagine. The only way that they're going to see you as that, the only way they're going to see you, the only way you're going to change their assumptions of you is how you see yourself. So if you see yourself as magnetic, as being chosen by everybody, as having fucking options, is like, I'm the perfect girlfriend, period. I know what I bring to, and you should know what it is that you bring into a relationship. Who are you? What do you bring into a relationship? What do you have to offer somebody? You should know this. You should know this. This is where you toot your own horn. You should know. I have always had that assumption, which is why I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem where I have always had the assumption that I know exactly who the fuck I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know what kind of girlfriend I am. Period. I know what kind of woman I am in general. So I don't ever have to question that shit. And therefore, they also see that I am that person for them too. They also see that I'm that person too, because that's how I see myself. They can only see you how you see yourself. So if you're insecure, if you're completely insecure and if you're insecure and you are over here just shitting all over yourself and think that you have nothing to offer, that's not good. That's not good. You need to be secure within yourself and be like, look, you need to have the attitude where it's like, look, I know who the fuck I am. I know who I am, and I don't got to prove a goddamn thing to nobody. I don't need to prove shit to anybody. Because if you believe who you are and you know who the fuck you are, guess what? Gutter trash becomes irrelevant. It's like, I'm sorry, gutter who? A chance? I don't fucking think. A competition? I don't think so. Because I know who the fuck I am. I know what I have to offer. And it's not monetary, right? It's just like, I just know who I am as a person. And I am the perfect girlfriend, period. And when you know that about yourself, so do they. So do they. That's how you change their assumption of you. So work on that. Work on that. Because know that, do you need to have perfect self-concept to manifest your SP? No, you don't. But you do need 1,000% to know who the fuck you are. You need to know your value. 1,000%. This is in life in general. This has nothing to do with your SP. Let's take SP out of it for a second. You, at the end of the day, should think you're the baddest bitch in the fucking world. This world is better with me in it. You should have that attitude. You should know that about yourself, the value that you bring, because they're going to notice that too. And so will everyone else around you. So will everyone else around you. And when you know that, then things shift. Things shift. And you'll know that because you'll see it. They'll start to treat you how you deserve to be treated. If they're not treating you that way, it's because you don't believe that you deserve to be treated differently. But when you get back to that, they will treat you in alignment with what you know you deserve. Royalty. And nothing fucking less. And nothing less. That's right, Jackie. That's right, Jackie. No one can take what's hers. Period. That's the attitude you need to have. Okay, you need to have that. Because when you do that, things change for you. Things change for you, but you guys got to get out of fucking victim mentality mode. You need to get out of victim mentality. You need to get out of the whole like, everything's fucking happening to me. And wah. Hold on. We broke up 2 weeks ago. He didn't contact me until yesterday to delete the photos of us on Insta. So what? So what? Okay. Laura, don't worry about it. Because here's the thing. Here's what you need to understand. That's good. Look at it this way. Because nothing has meaning until you give it a meaning. Okay. So that's good. Yeah, that's good. Because I cannot, like, in fact, he just can't wait to update his Insta profile with fresh pictures of us. Because we're going to have a fresh new beginning together. Together. Absolutely. You can turn this around right now. Because just because somebody claims, look at it this way. Let's look at it this way. Let's think logically speaking, Laura, okay? Hopefully this will help you out. Let's just bring logic into this. You broke up 2 weeks ago and he didn't contact you until yesterday. Oh, okay, so let me get this straight. So he felt the need to contact you. He felt the need to contact you yesterday so he could what? Tell you that he's what? Deleting your photos on Instagram? Like that required a fucking PSA? Is that what that required that required a what, public service announcement? Like, oh, hey, by the way, I just want to let you know. No, that was him trying to come up with a reason to contact you. Okay, because he didn't have to do that. He could have just deleted. Who the fuck does that, right? If you think about it, like logically speaking, who does that? No one does that. If they're done and it's a rap scene, they would have just gone on Instagram and deleted the fucking photos. They didn't need to call you and be like, hey, by the way, I just want to let you know. Like, no. Like, unless they have some screws loose up in here, people don't do that shit. They don't do that. So if that happened, that was him literally trying to get your attention, and be like, oh, I need to, this is uncomfortable. I want to talk to her. So how do I talk to her? Oh, I'll just call her about this bullshit. Okay. Look at you trying to get my attention. I love that for us. I fucking love that for us. Because the reality is, Laura, you now have one of these on. Okay? You now have one of these on. So who gives a fuck what he says? In fact, I want you to think about what he said at the time of the breakup. What did he tell you? If you need help, drop it in the comments here. What did he tell you when he broke up with you? And you take what he told you when he broke up with you and you leverage what he said. Because you have to read between the lines. Okay, you have to read between the lines. Because what's going to happen is if you sit there and whatever he said to you, it's indicative of your thoughts. This is feedback for you, because then you say, oh, okay, well, I need to correct that shit. Let me go ahead and correct that. Exactly. Case in point, he was really confused only because you were confused in what he wanted in your relationship. So he had no choice but to push that out. Mostly say that he doesn't feel the same about me. Okay. The only reason he said that is because you were not sure how he felt about you anymore. You were sure how he felt about you. You were questioning his behavior. You were questioning the way he was acting towards the end of your relationship. You were questioning a lot of things. You were dissecting and taking everything he said personal. And then you started questioning how he felt about you and his feelings towards you. Therefore, that's what he told you when he broke up. So now let's leverage. Let's have fun. Thanks, Lisa, the butterfly bitch. Now let's have some fun, Laura. This is where you leverage. This is why it's important for all of you to know what they said at the breakup. And then to be like, okay, he said that. So you'll get to see this live and in color. All right. So he said he was confused, mostly saying that he doesn't feel the same about you. So now what you need to do is get very clear in your thoughts about exactly how he feels about you. Exactly how he feels about you. Tell yourself that. Think about what you're going to do is you want to think about the things in your relationship. Ooh, hello. You want to think about the things in your relationship that he has told you throughout your relationship when it came to his feelings for you. when it came to his feelings for you? How did he show you? Like, what did he say to you? What did he say to you when it came to his feelings about you throughout your relationship? Because you're not making that shit up, right? This isn't stuff you're making up. This is something that came out of his fucking mouth, okay? So there's no delulu here, okay? There's no delulu here. Okay, so instead, now you hear, you know exactly, you've recalled the things that he said about you. You're going to hold on to that because these are his words. You can use that as inner conversations within yourself. You can either, one, hear him telling you those things again as if he just told you that shit today. Okay, so you can hear him tell you these things because this is what he actually told you. Or you can choose in your mind to remember all the things that he fucking told you about how he felt about you and lump all that shit together. And your inner conversation is, I know exactly, say it how you would naturally talk. Okay. But how I would say it is, I know exactly how he fucking feels about me. That I have no doubt. I know how he feels about me because you need to get clear on how he feels about you. Because when you get clear in your mind about how he feels about you, he all of a sudden, ding. Actually, I was fucking wrong. Like, I really love Laura. I really fucking love her. Like, wow, I actually do care about her. You can see the turnaround within 72 hours of this man showing you all of a sudden that he cares about you. Because you're now telling yourself that and controlling your inner conversations all about how, you know, that's right, Danielle. That's right, girl. And that's what you're going to hold on to. What you're going to hold on to. Yeah, like I'm the best thing he's ever, I know I'm the best thing he ever met. I'm like, he thinks I am perfect. Literally, we're perfect together. That I know. Okay, when you do that, doesn't matter. He will change. His opinion will change over and over and over again. But you get clear. Right now, all of you, whatever they said at the time of the breakup, leverage what they said, read between the lines, and self-reflect. Okay, this is feedback. And so you say, okay, this is, yes, ignore the yesterday's chat, only focus on what he told you. Okay, so you look, it's like, whatever they said at the end of the breakup, that's like, okay, this is fucking feedback. So I'm going to read between the lines here because if I internalize everything and I know that everything is being reflected back to me, it's only feedback. So if what did he tell me at the time of breakup? He told me this. Okay. That meant that I was unclear about his feelings towards me. Okay, great. So that's my focus now. I'm going to get very clear and tell myself, get very clear on his feelings towards me. And I'm going to tell myself that shit over and over and over again. And you will see the turnaround. You will see the turnaround. All of you will. If you get very clear on what they said at the breakup and leverage that to work in your favor by clarifying in your own mind what they said. Yeah, it works like a charm. I tested this shit. I tested it, guys. I tested it. Okay? Now, Christina, does not matter. Does not matter if you acted crazy with your SP. A lot of people do. It's like in a it's almost like it's like in women's DNA that they just don't know how to not act crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like people just get that way. Now moving forward, you should not because you know what you did wrong, bitch. Okay. So you're not repeating history again. We have to evolve. Okay. So we're not going to do things the same that you did before. Okay. But we are, however, going to say, no, he's over that shit. He's fucking over that shit. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. He's over it. He's completely forgiven me. In fact, he thinks I'm perfect. I can do no wrong by him. I can do no wrong by him. He's over that shit. Okay. If you think that if you acted crazy and you think that that's a problem, that will be a problem. But if you assume that, no, actually I'm perfect. Crazy? No, I'm perfect. Then that will be true. That will be true. Okay. There were 2 people that got confirmation within an hour after we had a phone call that they were over that shit. They're only over it if you are. Okay. You have to take the reins. You have to take the reins and be over that shit. Oh, man. Oh, man. You're welcome, Laura. You're welcome. That's what we're here for. I love a good fresh breakup because you can get them to turn that shit around real fast. Real fast. Anybody can. Anybody can. More time that goes by, the only thing that's a problem is that you've created obstacles within yourself. But a very fresh breakup, yeah, you can turn that shit around by the end of, what, Sunday. You could be back together with your SP before the end of the week. Yeah. And that's the fun part. So let's prove it all to ourselves. I told you guys that. Sorry. For those of you that have been with me for a while, you already know this, but I tell you, prove it to yourself, right? Thought transmission is real, and I want you to prove it to yourself. I want you to pick somebody at random, somebody that you know well, somebody that you know, okay? And really doesn't even have to be somebody you know, but somebody that you know you're going to see. Somebody did it with a yoga class, okay? And I want you to decide that this person's going to wear a certain color shirt, okay? So it's like, it could be a coworker, it could be a child of yours, it could be anybody. It could be a parent, somebody that you see, okay? It can even be your SP if they actively post on social media, like if they're one of those like posting all the time people on social media, it could be one of them. And you just tell yourself, this is not something you need to robotically affirm your life away about. You can literally be like, they're going to wear it. You think about the person, you say, yeah, they're going to wear a pink shirt today. Or whatever color shirt you want them to wear. They're going to wear this color shirt today. They're going to wear this color shirt today. Say it a couple times. Watch how quickly they wear that colored shirt. Okay? Because when you do that, you've now proven to yourself thought transmission is a thing. It's a thing. Okay? Because quickly, somebody did this, she wavered. I didn't know you could possibly waver from having somebody wear a color shirt, but she did. That's okay. And she said her yoga instructor or whatever, or spin class, that's what it was, a spin class. I think it was whatever, one of those. And she was like, the instructor's going to wear a pink shirt. And then she's like, I wavered from that. So I just said someone in the class is going to wear a pink shirt. So she shows up. Not only did the instructor have a pink shirt on, but so did 3 other people in the class had pink shirts on. I had a client do this before, a business client. He's like, you're going to believe this. My wife got out of bed and put on red pajamas. He said she's going to wear red and got back in bed. I did this to my boyfriend this is where I was like, oh shit, okay, I got this. Because that's the whole point, is for you to leverage that. I did this to my boyfriend, and I was like, because we lived one building away at the time, and I was like, he's going to wear a yellow shirt today. He's going to wear a yellow shirt today. Within 2 hours, he came walking. He was a white tea guy. That's what he used to wear all the time. Within 2 hours, he came walking out of the house with a yellow shirt on. 2 hours later, back in a white shirt. And I just laughed because I was like, oh shit. And so then I was like, okay, game on. That's how I looked at it. Because I was like, well, if I could do that, then I could do this. If I could do that, then I can do this. And, I've been a little mellow lately. I don't think I've bitched on here for 2 days now. My God, I feel like I'm evolving, but that's going to end tomorrow, guys. That's actually going to end tomorrow. Just so you know. That'll be a public service announcement I just made to you. How do you get publicity from an SP, like getting them to hold your hand, even if their ex or anyone is watching? Okay, you meant publicly. I was like, what does publicity have to do with this? Okay, how do you get... you want public affection. You want somebody to hold your hand. Public affection. Got it. Okay. So how do you get that from your SP? Is you tell yourself that in inner conversations, or you can affirm that, but I feel like sometimes you guys get so ingrained that everything needs to be an affirmation. It doesn't. So many things can just be inner conversations. Okay. So you can literally just have an inner conversation where it's like, they're constantly showing me affection in public. Like, honestly. He's always reassuring. He's proud when we go out to be together, and he holds my hand all the freaking time. Like, he literally shows me all kinds of attention and affection every time we go out together. Right? It's like a whole conversation. Like, you're having a conversation about how he's giving you attention when you go out in public, no matter who's around. It doesn't matter. He's constantly doing that. Okay. Affirming for action. How do I affirm for action without counteracting shit? So you affirm for action, you're not counteracting anything. Okay. Here's what you guys have to understand. The subconscious mind does not have an opinion of its own. It does not have, it takes you at your word, and its only job is to prove you right. It does not have an opinion of its own. It does not have the ability to decide. So you're not like, let's say you're like having inner conversations about how amazing your relationship is, but then you're affirming that like they'll do anything to be with me right now. And then another set of affirmations we'll say is like, we have the perfect relationship, right? Those two don't necessarily go together, but your subconscious mind isn't like, hold on a minute, bitch. Hold the fuck on a minute. You said that you have the perfect relationship, but now you're fucking saying that, he'll do anything to be with you. I'm not sure which one, so we're not believing this shit, so we're just gonna no. Sorry, one's gotta go. No, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. It's just like, got it. Oh, you're right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. It's not counteracting anything, but you would have to take what you want, and in order to create movement, you need to have, you need to use words like, you need to use words like always, constantly, or every day. Okay. That's something that you are going to see movement on. And then like, they're always calling and texting me. That's movement. Right? They're constantly spending time with me. That's movement. They're always trying to get my attention. Movement. Okay. They'll do anything to be with me right now. Movement. Okay. Things like that are movement. Okay. But now you have to assign the meaning. Like every day they show me that they care about me. Movement. Okay. But you have to assign the meaning that you want to everything. So if like, let's say they like your Instagram story, instead of being like, oh, they only liked my Instagram story, you have to be like, look at them trying to get my attention. They love me so fucking much. God damn it. They send you a text and it's like, yo, what up? You're like, look at him. He's always showing me that he cares about me. Jesus Christ. Like, he's so sweet in his text. My God. He's always telling me everything I want to hear. Okay. Instead of being like, it's just here he goes, dry texting. Why has he got a fucking attitude? All of those things. Instead of assigning attitude to the meaning of that text, instead you're like, he's like the sweetest fucking person in the goddamn world. Okay, things like that. See what I'm saying? So that's what I would recommend you do. All right? That's right. They're always spending time with me. He's always showing me how much he loves me, right? Every day he shows me how much he loves me. But then assigning the meaning that you want to things. See, we assign meaning for what we believe it is what it is, right? So we look at things at face, we're wired to look at things at face value for what it is. But the reality is nothing has meaning until you give it a meaning. So your subconscious mind doesn't sit there. Yeah, it's declaring. Exactly. Your subconscious mind doesn't sit there like, excuse me, that text that you're reading sounds like the motherfucker has an attitude. Yep, that's what I'm putting down. That's the vibe I'm getting from that text. No, it doesn't know that. What it does know is when you open up that text and he's like, go fuck yourself. You're like, this motherfucker has an attitude. That's what it knows now. It has no idea what that text said until you decided to give it a meaning that you didn't want. Okay. So instead you want to sit there and give it only the meaning that you do want. So I don't care if you open up the text and he's like, leave me alone. You're like, he loves me so much. My God. He's like, his texts are so sweet. Like the guy needs to get a grip. I mean, he's like confessing his love in my text every fucking day. Jesus Christ. Right? Things like that. And because then that's all your subconscious mind knows. And you will notice tonalities start to change within the text. Okay. Because nothing has meaning until you give it one. So, like, this is where a lot of you guys get it fucked up with the whole blocked situation, where you give it a negative ass meaning. It's so easy to be like, negative meaning blocked. He fucking hates me, wants nothing to do with me. That's like the meaning you give it. Versus like, you don't even have, first of all, you shouldn't even acknowledge the block, but you could be like, oh, look at him. Look at him, wants to creep on my profile every fucking day, every waking second of the day, and just doesn't want me to know about it. Yeah, he's low-key obsessed. Like, seriously. In fact, he's looking at my profile right now. That's why, like, he just doesn't want me to know. Instead, like, you should turn everything into flattery instead of being like, oh my God, he blocked me because he fucking hates me. No, bitch, just because he wants to be able to look at you and doesn't want to look like a complete creep, totally fine, because he's obsessed with me. Jesus Christ. Because that is the reality. The reality is they could be looking at your profile 55,000 times a day and you would have no idea. Because all they have to do is block you again. Their activity on your profile goes completely away. That's all you have to know. Okay? It's like all those things change. Positive meaning to everything. They don't text you every fucking day. Not to yours. I told you guys want to text quickly. You should just start deciding text, because your subconscious mind isn't like let's say right now you get a text. Your phone goes ping. Your subconscious mind isn't like, that's your mother fucking texting you, bitch. That's your mother. No. It doesn't know who's texting you. It knows when you're like, oh, it's mom. Now it knows who that is. But you can literally open up. You can go around all day long. See, that's close enough. That's close enough. He got it confused. But you can literally go around for the next 24 fucking hours and be like, every fucking ping that comes across your phone, you're just like, oh, my boyfriend totally just texted me again. Jesus Christ, he texts me all goddamn day. Fuck. 25 times a day? Like, Lord. Oh, SP texts me again. Oh, look at him texting me again. Look at him texting me again. Your subconscious mind does not know that that's your mother and your brother and your bestie talking to you. Your subconscious mind doesn't know that. It only knows what you tell yourself. So every ping is SP texting me, SP texting me, SP texting me, SP texting me, SP texting me. Every fucking ping. It doesn't know. It doesn't know if you're right or wrong. It takes you at your word. It doesn't have eyes. So it's not like, no, bitch, that's actually your brother, but nice try. Try again. It doesn't know that. So that's your goal. Your goal is to understand how thought transmission works, okay? I was talking to people yesterday. Now, hold on, let me answer this question before I get distracted and move on. Tammy Base. For a one-on-one call with me, it's like super fucking expensive, bitch. Super expensive. It's less than $100. It's literally less than $100. So, yeah. All links are in my bio. If you want me to manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me, all links are in the bio. Okay. But I'm here to help you, bitch. So we can declare that our specific person wants to marry us. Yes. Now you can. I firmly believe it's easier to manifest back in steps. Okay. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. Where when people, if you're in no contact, yet you're going to manifest marriage sometime. This is why a lot of people have been trying to manifest their SP back for years, because you're in no contact. It's a little hard for you to get on board with marriage. Like living in the end, just deciding that you're married. No, that's a little hard for you to do, right? Versus manifesting back in steps. And saying, oh, 1,000% then, Tammy. Yeah. Like, I'm the love of his life. He wants to marry me. I'm literally the love of his life. He wants to marry me. He cannot stop talking about our future together. Like, literally, he wants to spend the rest of his life with me. 1,000%, girl. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, crazy court. I know where this is coming from. He is so in love with me. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly. No. No, no, no. And I know why they say this in the law of attraction community, because the water has vibration. Oh, okay. So unless you're going to be like, he is so obsessed with me, he's always calling and texting me, he's constantly spending time with me, and then you're going to go to your SP and be like, here, drink the fucking water, bitch. Drink it now. The fuck does water vibrating have shit to do with anything? Mm-mm. That's some bullshit people made up. Don't worry. I did it. I did it. Mm-hmm. I did it. Where you were supposed to speak it to them, then they have you pour in another thing too. There's all kinds of different water techniques. The 2-cup method. The 2-cup method is a water technique. Oh, I know. I did them. And he didn't text me not one time on fucking water techniques. So no, you do not be needing to do affirmations with water. Okay? Because if you think about in general, right, they'll be like, because water is a vibration. So is fucking everything else. Energy's a vibration too. So why would I need to talk into water when I could just talk? Because it's energy is vibrations too. Fucking stupid. It's so fucking, that shit is so stupid. But I think they get a kick out of it, to be quite honest. I think they sleep like babies at night because you know what? They're over here like, we have millions of people out here looking stupid as fuck. Sleep like a baby tonight. Everyone's out here doing fucking stupid ass shit. Yeah, I'm convinced I'm convinced that's what they fucking do. Yeah, Haley, because I did it all before, bitch. I did all this shit before. Now you can affirm in the shower, just not because of the water is vibrating. You just sit in the shower, you're all fucking wrinkly. Then you're like, I gotta go to the pool, bitch, because you know what? I'm affirming. It's my affirming time. I gotta go in the pool. I did all of it, Haley, and not the O method. Not the O method. I should try that shit. There you go. Your voice is a vibration. See, everything is a vibration in this entire world. Okay, so I got to jet in a second, but I want you guys to, because I could literally hang out with you guys all day long like I have no life, and I don't, but I have laundry to fucking do and shit. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to understand that every flashy Marisol, literal vibrations. See, everything everything's a fucking vibration. But here's what I need you guys to understand. Thought transmission goes all directions, okay? It goes all directions. It's not just like thought transmission isn't something that you have to try to do. Okay, so when we do the photo method, it is like when we do the photo method, it's focused thought transmission, okay? Which is great. That is focused thought transmission, and that's fantastic. But I need you guys to understand that thought transmission, anytime you think about your SP or anything having to do with your SP, that's thought transmission too. That's thought transmission too. I know I want to have a meet and greet. I want to look, not a fucking meet and greet. I want to have a meetup. I feel like a meet and greet is like, I'll sit behind the table and be like, it's nice, so nice to meet you, Lisa with the butterfly. Although to meet, when we have our meetup, because we are going to have a meetup, I want to have a meetup, like a weekend little thing. Although you guys are going to have to wear name badges for the first day. That is not going to be your fucking name. It's only TikTok name. That's it. Just TikTok name. Oh, I know, Danielle. Everyone's coming to Cali. We're doing them all a fucking favor, to be quite frank. Right? Who the hell wants to go to Alabama when you go to Cali? So everyone's going to come to Cali because I have a crap ton of people that we have a crap ton of members that are here. We have we have the quad counties, 4 counties, big count. There's millions of people that live with us. There's 4 counties together, right? LA County, Orange County, San Diego County, and Riverside County. Between those 4 counties, there's a shit ton of people that live here. And so I think it'll be so much fucking fun. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so you have to understand thought transmission works 100% of the time when it comes to you and SP. Well, you and anybody in general, right? I'll talk about that real quick after this. That's right, Spain. Well, for you, it was Iraq, wasn't it, Bevy? But I want you guys to realize that thought transmission goes across the board. So you have to understand that when you do thought transmission, it's when you're focused, that's fine. But you have to go into the premise that they are hearing your thoughts 100% of the time when it comes to SP and you, okay? Or your thoughts about SP. So I want you for the next 24 hours to go around and remind yourself of that. Is they're hearing my thoughts 24/7. So even though, yes, I'm focusing, I have inner conversations that I'm creating, right, to benefit me. I also have my affirming times that I'm doing. Okay, great. I'm also doing the photo method. Great. But outside of that, if I'm bitching about them, if I'm focusing on like, they haven't texted me yet, why aren't they talking to me? They're also hearing that shit too. And they can't talk to you. So I want you for the next 24 hours to really, really control 100% of your thoughts about you and SP. Because if you can control 100% of your thoughts between you and SP, then you will see, because you have to know they're hearing it all. They're hearing it all. So you may as well fucking be on the phone with them all goddamn day long because they're hearing it all. So if I know this, then I have to control my thoughts when it comes to my SP. For the next 24 hours, I'm going to control 100% of my thoughts when it comes about SP because I have to know that they're hearing them all. So even though I'm affirming, or I'm doing inner conversations, if outside of that, if I'm like, he's still not talking to me, like I don't understand what I did wrong, why he doesn't want to talk to me, they're also hearing those too. And that counteracts what you're affirming. That counteracts your inner conversations, right? That counteracts your thoughts, your focused thoughts. So I want you to understand that, and I want you to go into that premise, okay? I want you to go into that premise that they're hearing every fucking thing you're saying in your mind 1,000%. 1,000%. Because that shit will work like a charm, because now you're really like, okay, thought transmission literally works 24/7. It's not like I am only transferring thoughts when I'm trying to transfer the thoughts. No, you're transferring the thoughts 24/7. So if he's hearing your, exactly, Flashy. See, that's one of the only emojis that I know what that means. So exactly. So that's where you leverage and say, okay, if I know that he's hearing my thoughts about him 24/7, then I need to leverage that. And I'm going to control my thoughts. I'm going to control the thought transmission going 24/7. Because that's all they're going to hear. All they're going to hear is what I want them to fucking hear. What I want them to be thinking all the time. I control their thoughts. And the only way I control their thoughts is through what I assume they're thinking, what I'm telling myself all day long. So I'm going to go ahead and control that shit. Therefore, they control it. Therefore, it gets pushed to them. That's what I have on my entire back. Because I had my ex's name like, this fucking big, like a moron, right above my tramp stamp. And so in order to cover one where it made sense, thanks, Morgan girlfriend. In order to cover one where it made sense, I had to cover the entire back. So my entire back from like my tailbone up to like, above my bra, it's a huge phoenix. That's what it is. It's a phoenix. Rose from the ashes, bitches. Yeah, that's right. because of everything I've overcame in my life. So that's why I have a phoenix in my back. Now I'm going to get watercolor spritzed throughout it. Just like this is going to be my Japanese arm, hence the geisha fan. And then I'm going to get it covered with, I'm going to do half sleeve now, but it's going to be Japanese waves that will come through and then, fill in. It'll be a filler, Japanese waves. In case y'all gave two shits about my tattoos. Yep, I got a big ass fucking phoenix on my back. My friend did it because this is where it pays to have good friends with acquired talents. Now I just need to fucking find a hairdresser friend. I'm putting out applications for local friends that benefit my life. I need a Cosmo fucking friend, a nail friend. I already got a tattoo friend. But I need to have a second one as a backup because he's kind of far and I don't want to travel like that. But I'm telling you, there's a numbing cream you can buy online in case you're into tattoos. There's a numbing cream you can buy on Amazon. It's a little bit more expensive, but that shit, you can't feel anything. You can't feel anything. My entire, because whenever they put that stupid little numbing cream on, you can still feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? You could still feel that. But when he put the numbing cream on my back for my phoenix tattoo, you couldn't feel anything but a vibration. That's it. You couldn't feel shit. It was amazing. It was amazing. Because they hurt. But I can't get enough of them. Okay. Star, you said, can you put a deadline, a timestamp on it? Yes, you can. I did for the last step of my manifestation. I did put a timestamp on it. I did declare the date. I was off 5 minutes from my date. However, if you're going to date something, there's a different level of discipline required for you to meet the deadline. Okay. No, Haley, you don't say from theirs. What'd you say? It's manifest. Drop your shit again. Costs more money to fucking fly to your ass, Taylor. But you know what? I think it'd be a Taylor. I feel like Taylor would be like good ass time. I feel like we'd have a great time if we hung out, Taylor. Let me ask him what the numbing cream is, because that shit, I'm telling you, that shit will change your life. It will change your life. It can't be that expensive because he charged me $100. And I'm sure he made money because that's just who he is. Yeah, what if the date passes? Raquel, you keep going. Okay. So, okay, let me answer It's Manifest first. I said I wanted to text him last night, but don't want to force a 3D. Advice. Texting him is not forcing the 3D. Okay. It's not forcing the 3D, but what's forcing the 3D is if you're texting him 15,000 times, if you're texting 15,000 times, or you text him and you're like, I miss you so much. Can we just talk about our relationship, please? Can you just give me 5 minutes? We can talk about our relationship. That is forcing the 3D. Okay. But being like, hey, sending a funny meme, or being like, hey, what, how are you? Like, just checking in, want to see how, hey, I was just thinking about you, want to see how you were doing. Hope you're doing good. That's not necessarily forcing the 3D. Now, however, you do need to know your intentions behind some shit. Make it up. Okay. Like literally you could be like, if you were going to do that, you would have to, know the intention behind it, whatever intention you want. So like, if you're going to do like, so this is like, we think we're being sneaky. Okay. As bitches think we're being sneaky a lot, right? We'll do something, but you know that they know why you're doing it. They know exactly why you're doing it. Okay. So like, if you're doing it with the intention of wanting to get their attention, they know that thought transmission. Okay. So they know why you're doing something. So that's what you have to remember is thought transmission. If you genuinely just want to check in or you're thinking about them, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Or make the shit up, right? And be like, I wonder how he's doing. I just want to see how he's doing. And then text him, okay? Because that's thought transmission. But if you're like, God, I just really miss him. And I really just want to, like, I'm really just hoping that he texts me back. And then you text, that's also thought transmission too, which is why they know why you're doing things. Okay. Now, when it comes to, and yeah, no, yeah, you don't have to force a 3D, but you have to discipline yourself at the same time. Okay. You have to discipline yourself. You can't send a text and then check every 5 fucking seconds if he responded and then get your panties in a fucking bunch if he doesn't. Thanks, Lisa with a butterfly girlfriend. You know, I'm thinking your panties in a bunch if he doesn't, because if that happens, then you're spiraling, right? You're going against it versus just being like, well, fuck it. Fuck it. I know he's going to respond anyway, so it doesn't really fucking matter. And then just go about your day and send the text and just go about your day. Then oftentimes they'll text back. And even if they didn't, it doesn't matter. You still stay the path. Okay. Doesn't matter. You set a deadline. I don't give a shit. You have to put you have to put it out there. Like, you have to persist. You think I'm going to set a deadline and it doesn't happen? And I'm like, well, I'm all done. Didn't make the deadline. What the fuck? This is not a goddamn job. No, I'm going to persist after the deadline. If you're trying to manifest on a time crunch and you want to declare the day, you can do that, but you must discipline your mind. Okay. You have to make the decision that if I'm going to put a date on something, I have to play full out 100%. And that means I am not going to waver at all. I can't waver for shit. And I'm going to stay the path. I'm going to stay the path no matter what I see, no matter anything. I can't react to the 3D. I don't need to check shit. I don't need to do any of that. I'm going to focus and I'm going to affirm and I'm going to focus on inner conversations and everything else. And I'm not going to check the time at all, because that's wavering. Okay. If you're like, well, it's Saturday and I said Sunday, that's wavering. Okay. You can't do that. It's like every day is the first day. The date doesn't even matter. You know what date you set. And that's it. You're not thinking about the date again. When I did it, I was like, yeah, this date. It was Tuesday. I said, no, this is happening by Tuesday. That was it. That was it. I didn't every day say, okay, it's almost Tuesday. Okay, 3 days till Tuesday. I didn't think about Tuesday again. I declared it one time and kept it pushing. And then did what I did and made a decision that I'm not wavering from it. And it came 5 minutes after. Wednesday at 12:05 a.m. Could have been 12:06. Could have been 12:07. I don't fucking know, because again, I wasn't writing the shit down for research intensive purposes. Okay. So you can do that. And then after that date comes, it doesn't matter if it's not there, you persist as if that date is still not there yet. Because if it comes on day 4 and you said day 3, it doesn't fucking matter. It's not going to matter to you how it comes. You know what I mean? All right. All right, party people. I'm fucking hungry. And I'm going to go now have my tuna sandwich before. Oh, and I got to go prep my stuff. I got to go make my daughter's fucking pancakes. I got to go prep my stuff for my turkey dinner, because I'm gonna have a whole, yes, I will, Jasmine. I'm gonna have a whole turkey dinner, bitch. With stuffing. My boyfriend says this is why my stomach gets all fucked up. They're like, you're gonna have a tuna salad sandwich. You're gonna have a tuna sandwich for lunch. Then you're gonna go ahead and have turkey stuffing and fucking all the shit for dinner. Yep. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yep. I love all of you. What day and times do I go live? Tammy, I'm live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. I'm in California, so 10 a.m. Pacific time. 11, 10, 11, 12, 1. 3.5 hours before now. And then I always post my replays every day on the tube of the U, so you can always head on over there, subscribe while you're there. And tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mother, tell your brother. Just don't tell your SP. You tell everybody else, that's not your SP. And then also, if you are interested in having me manifest your SP for you, one-on-one coaching with me, I have hypnosis, audios, guided meditations, all the fucking thing in the world. I'm at your disposal. All right? All right, if you have any questions, that's what I'm here for, my loves. I love each and every one of you. It is, yeah. He's like, I can't repost your live because my SP will see it. Yeah, that's not the vibe. That's not the vibe. But I love each and every one of you, and I will see you all in the WhatsApp group. I will be responding to DMs and texts and all that glorious shit today. All right? I'll record videos maybe today. I'll record a couple, but definitely tomorrow morning. All right? All right, besties. I love all of you. And I will see you all later. Yes, Crazy Court, sending your way now. Bye, besties.